Master. Lin Momo tugged anxiously at Wang Ran's arm. I know her. She's Wu Jiasin, the campus belle from the flight attendant program. She lives just across from my dorm. We've always gotten along well. Master, please save her. Wang Ran sighed, glancing out the car window. All right, he said. Since you asked. He stepped out, lifting the doom hammer over his shoulder. Smash! 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 Zombies flew like rag dolls as Wang Ran casually played a game of real-life whack-a-mole. In less than a minute, the dozen undead gathered around the lamppost had been turned into mush. You can come down now, student, Wang Ran called out. He looked up. Oh, damn. As expected of the school bell, Wu Jiasin's figure was almost criminal. And that short skirt, she noticed his gaze, squeaked in embarrassment, and immediately let go of the lamppost. As she dropped down, her skirt fluttered dangerously in the air. Wang Ran quickly averted his eyes. Hey, stop looking, perv. Wu Jiasin snapped the moment she landed, frantically pressing down her skirt. You climbed a pole in a mini skirt, Wang Ran retorted flatly. Not really my fault. All right, Lin Momo interjected, try to ease the tension. Jiasin, he didn't mean anything by it, and he did just save your life. Wait, did you just call him? Master. Wu Jiasin squinted at her friend, visibly confused. Her gaze darted between the two of them. Are you seriously into that kind of thing? Lin Momo just smiled innocently. It's not what you think. But Wu Jiasin looked stunned. Lin Momo was one of the prettiest girls on campus, always distant and cold to any guy who dared approach. Now here she was, calling a man master? She couldn't help but think. Did she really give up her dignity just to survive? If it were me, Wu Jiasin thought bitterly, I'd rather die. So, Lin Momo asked curiously, why'd you climb up there in the first place? Wu Jiasin exhaled, clearly still shaken. It's a long story. Can we talk somewhere safer? It's fine, Lin Momo reassured her. There's nothing strong nearby. I've got the weaker zombies under control. Wu Jiasin scanned the area cautiously, then relaxed. Momo, you wouldn't believe how fast everything happened. The outbreak was chaos. People turned in minutes. It spread like bacteria. Our class was in the cafeteria. We managed to close the rolling shutter just in time. That bought us one night. But yesterday, the food ran out. Some genius suggested we draw lots and send a few people out to find supplies. I lost the draw. I didn't find food, just found zombies. I ran for my life and climbed that lamppost. I've been hanging up there for half an hour. She kicked a pebble at her feet in frustration, stomach growling audibly. Grulurk. Master, Lin Momo said, tugging Wang Ran's sleeve. Could you spare some food? She used to look after me at school. Wang Ran sighed and reached into his backpack, pulling out a cucumber. Here. Thank you. Wu Jiasin grabbed it and took a huge bite. But after a few more chomps, she suddenly paused, staring at the cucumber. What's wrong? Wang Ran asked, raising an eyebrow. It's good stuff. Fresh, crunchy. No, it's not that. She looked at the cucumber, then at the two of them. I can't eat it all myself. I should save some for the others back at school. Wang Ran stared blankly at her. Generous. Willing to share the cucumber you just slobbered on. But those classmates have nothing to do with me. He turned to Momo. Come on. We've got work to do. Lin Momo nodded. Yes, master. Her eyes sparkled. So cold, so decisive. I love it. Wait. Can I come with you? Wu Jiasin asked quickly, her voice unsteady. I don't want to go back alone. After seeing Wang Ran dispatch zombies like nothing, she knew following him was the safest option. You can come, Wang Ran said coolly. Just don't slow us down. Pretty girls aren't a rare sight, he thought. Momo and Xiaoyu are plenty enough. The trio moved out, heading toward the teaching block. Which one's the agriculture department? Lin Momo asked awkwardly. She'd spent more time at part-time jobs than in classrooms. That one. Wu Jiasin pointed toward the central building. Wang Ran gave her a glance. Well, at least she's useful. He looked at the half-eaten cucumber still in her hand. Finish that one, and I'll give you another later. Wu Jiasin's eyes lit up. Ka, she chirped, nibbling away like a hamster. Burp. She hiccuped as she finished, earning a side-eye from Wang Ran. What are you guys looking for in the agriculture department? She asked, confused. In a world like this, aren't you supposed to be scavenging for food? Seeds, Lin Momo answered proudly. We're planting crops at our base. Your base. Wu Jiesin blinked. While she was running for her life, they were planning agriculture. The difference in survival level hit her like a truck. Before she could process it, Wang Ran kicked open a classroom door. 3 zombies rushed out. Smash! 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 They were down in seconds. Lately, Wang Ran's strength had grown. Swinging the doom hammer felt effortless. Then a new figure staggered into view, different from the rest. Green sprouts were growing from its eyes and ears. A mutated zombie. Wang Ran narrowed his eyes. Things just got interesting. The seeds from this school aren't half bad, Wang Ran muttered, smashing the plant-infested zombie with a clean swing of his doom hammer. Even lodged in a zombie's brain, the seeds had sprouted lush green shoots. Fertile little things, he mused. Still, something about that zombie felt off. Stronger? Slower? He couldn't quite place it. Wang Ran stepped into the classroom. Rows of windowsill pots lined the walls. Leeks, tomatoes, and fast-growing greens. Just his type. Without missing a beat, he pulled out a snakeskin bag and some Ziploc packets from his backpack. He gently bagged the seedlings, pot and all, and loaded them with practiced care. After sweeping through several rooms, his loot bag was full of vegetable and fruit seedlings. Beans, cucumbers, melons, everything that could grow fast and feed a base. He nodded, satisfied. Momo, he said, think of anything else we can take? We got a truck anyway. Might as well clear the place out. He felt like a solo looter in Pochinki with the whole town to himself. Gauze, alcohol, antibiotics? Lin Momo suggested. Nurse instincts, you know. Wang Ran shrugged. Not bad. We may not need them, but someone will. Could trade it later. The 3 headed into a new building, this one lined with old lab rooms and classrooms. Wu Jiesin, trailing behind, looked around with unease. You 2 are way too calm, she muttered. This is the apocalypse. Aren't you even a little freaked out? Lin Momo grinned and raised a tiny but confident fist. Because we're strong. Wu Jiesin blinked. Stronger than the sports department guys? I heard they're holed up in the stadium. Tried to break out a few times, but failed. Lin Momo froze. The sports department. She remembered a few of them from before. Jerks who spread rumors after she rejected their advances. Master, she said softly, can I kill a few of them? Wang Ran was loading supplies into the truck and didn't even look up. Of course. Anyone who offended you deserves it. No one bullies his zombie girls. Unless it's him. Wu Jiesin stared at the 2 like they were from another planet. What are they even talking about? Killing classmates like it's casual conversation? Still, she stayed close. If she had to pick between weirdos and zombies, weirdos with a truck and hammer seemed safer. They arrived at the campus gym. Dozens of zombie corpses were scattered near the entrance. The sports department must have fought hard here, but clearly without much strategy. Most had fallen with crude wounds. The door, though, was wide open. Only 2 options, Wang Ran muttered. They broke out or got wiped out. He stepped over the bodies and peered inside. A few zombies wandered lazily near the stage. Looks like they made it out. Damn! Lin Momo stomped and shattered a decorative statue near the door with a single punch. Wu Jiesin's jaw dropped. Okay, she wasn't joking about being strong. Wang Ran scanned the area. Where would they go? What's defensible nearby? The small theater, Wu Jiesin answered instantly. It's easy to hold, and there's a back route to escape. That's where we went after the cafeteria got overrun. Wang Ran nodded. Lead the way, miniskirt. Excuse me. I have a name. Wu Jiesin puffed up. You only remember the skirt. Huh? Not even a beauty or something? Still, she stomped off ahead to guide them. Whatever, she thought. At least I'm useful. They reached the small theater soon after, only to find it surrounded by a group of zombies. Wang Ran cracked his neck, raised his doom hammer, and got to work. Lin Momo controlled the horde, subtly guiding zombies into his swing radius. Meanwhile, she stood guard over Wu Jiesin. Within minutes, more than 20 zombies lay in a neat pile of broken skulls. They reached the theater entrance. Two large doors stood shut, clearly barricaded from inside. I'll try, Wu Jiesin said, stepping forward. She banged on the door. Sheen. Shutian. It's me, Jiesin. Open up. Shuffling and whispers echoed behind the door. But no one opened it. She knocked again, harder. Still nothing. A heated argument erupted behind the barricade, but the doors didn't budge. What the hell? Wu Jiesin frowned. They know me. Why won't they open it? Are you dumb? Wang Ran scoffed. The sports department probably took over. You think you're some kind of goddess from a drama who can open doors with just a knock. He lifted his hammer. Boom! The door burst open, sending splinters flying. Definitely not a place to hide anymore. Wang Ran stepped inside casually, like he owned the place. Dozens of college students stared at him in wide-eyed fear. Jiesin! A group of girls rushed forward, throwing themselves at her in relief. Wang Ran raised an eyebrow. The girls were all tall, slim, gorgeous, long legs, perfect skin. The hell, he muttered. Did someone open a vault of goddesses in here? These are my classmates, Wu Jiesin said quietly. We're in the flight attendant program. Oh, it all made sense now. Beautiful, poised, and trained to smile. Of course, they looked like they walked off a fashion shoot. Still in the apocalypse? Beauty didn't count for much anymore. You couldn't smash a zombie with lipstick. But if he ever needed a charming distraction or someone to negotiate, they might come in handy. And maybe, just maybe, this group wasn't as helpless as they looked.
Hey, welcome to Firescale Audiobooks. If you enjoy our audiobooks, please consider subscribing to the channel. Also, feel free to share your review in the comments section below.
Who the F***CK are you? Are you out of your mind? We finally found a good place. UF**King smashed the door. A burly boy glared at Wang Ran with an unfriendly look. He was the sports department's department hunk, Li Lei. It had not been easy for these sports students to break out of the stadium and find such a good place. Not only was it easy to defend, but there were also over 10 beautiful flight attendants inside. As long as they could find food, this place would be heaven. In the end, the door to heaven was smashed open by a hammer. If the door cannot be fixed, heaven could become hell. Momo, go and look around. See if anyone has offended you. Wang Ran ignored Li Lei's question and calmly turned around to talk to Lin Momo. I see them. Him. Lin Momo puffed up her cheeks and pointed out the 3 male students from the sports department, including Li Lei. They had all tried to defame Lin Momo because they couldn't get her. Yo, isn't that Lin Momo? You used to pretend to be innocent, but now you're actually taking the initiative to come to me. Brothers, kill this man first. I don't care anymore. Kill the man and let the woman have her fun on the spot. Even if I'm going to die, I'll have a good time before I die. Li Lei rolled up his sleeves and got ready to take action. The male students from a sports department behind him also rubbed their fists and wiped their palms. What do we do? They've lost their minds. There are zombies outside. There are beasts inside. I'd rather be bitten to death by zombies. But I'm afraid of pain. The girls in the flight attendant class began to tremble in fear. The fear even made them forget their hunger. Although they were all over 1.7 meters tall, they were still as timid as little girls. Don't be afraid. Momo and this uncle are quite strong. Wu Jiesin, who had witnessed the strength of the two, consoled them. The girls in the flight attendant class looked at Wang Ran and then at Lin Momo. They lowered their head and continued to cry. No matter how powerful they were only 2 people. Even if that hammer could be of use, they would quickly be overrun. Momo, let's end this quickly. I still want to go back before sunset and take a bath. Wang Ran missed the time he had soaked in the water with Lin Momo in the morning. Not a bad experience. Master, you? All right. Lin Momo's little face blushed, and she was delighted. It seemed that Master liked that kind of play. Lin Momo was full of energy now that she had been acknowledged. She had to quickly kill these annoying guys. Lin Momo wanted to extend her claws like Su Xiaoyu, but they did not grow. Forget it, I'll just use my fists. Lin Momo went up to Li Lei. Li Lei was shocked. What's going on? The man with the massive hammer was afraid of him. So he sent Lin Momo to her death? Don't think that I won't dare to do it just because she's a woman. It would be the same. no matter how good it felt to beat her half to death. Lilei waved his iron rod and smashed it toward Lin Momo's head. He could play after she was knocked out. Swish! With a crisp sound, Lin Momo reached out and blocked the iron rod. Lilei looked at the bent iron rod in his hand, his face full of shock. She grabbed an iron rod with her bare hands, and the rod was bent. Was she still human? While Lilei was still in a daze, Lin Momo threw a punch, which directly penetrated Lilei's chest. Some pieces of his spine flew out. Lilei couldn't believe his eyes as he looked at the arm that was in his chest. He wanted to say F***CK, but before he could say anything, he fell down. The people in the small theater were all in a state of extreme shock. A punch that pierced through a person's chest. Even the boxers in the sports department couldn't do it. The other students from the sports department who were halfway there felt chills creeping up their spines. "Hurry up and run," someone shouted. The sports department students, who were initially aggressive, immediately changed their direction and ran toward the stage of the small theater. There was a back door behind the stage. Although there were zombies outside, the thing inside was obviously scarier. Lin Momo saw them running away, but she didn't stop. She stepped on the back of the chair and jumped forward. 1, 2. Lin Momo continued to reap the lives of the sports department students. The last poor guy ran up the stage and was caught by Lin Momo. Beneath the stage lights, it was quite a visual. Don't kill me. I didn't spread any rumors about you." The male student from the sports department peed his pants in fear, and his body trembled uncontrollably. "Even if you haven't, you still let them spread through inaction." Lin Momo cut the boy's throat and spine with her hand. Only a minute had passed. The dozen or so male students from the sports department were all killed without leaving a single one alive. All the other survivors were dumbfounded. "Jiasin, is this really the Lin Momo from the dormitory diagonally across from ours?" A girl from a flight attendant class asked in a trembling voice. In the past, she was someone who would blush after being spoken to. The current situation, it was too terrifying. Wu Jiasin's heart was in a state of shock when she saw this cruel scene. However, she had thought one step further than the others. Lin Momo and her master were so powerful. If she followed them, maybe she could survive. On the stage, Lin Momo bowed to Wang Ran, as if she had just finished a performance. Then, she wiped her hands and bounced back to Wang Ran's side. She returned to her previously cute and gentle appearance. "All right, is everything settled? Let's go back and take a bath." Wang Ran rubbed Lin Momo's head. Lin Momo was delighted when she heard the word bath. Wait a minute. Momo, can we follow you?" Wu Jiasin gathered her courage and asked. Lin Momo was stunned and turned to look at Wang Ran. Wang Ran was shocked. 13 fair-skinned, beautiful, and long-legged women. If he brought this many back, would he be able to rest? He would die. "Master, they used to be very close to me. Whenever someone bullied me, they'd always help me. They'll lend me their shampoo when they're done. How about just bringing them?" Lin Momo couldn't bear to see him like this, so she put in a good word for him. "If you're willing to bring us along, we'll do anything you want," Wu Jiasin said, gritting her teeth and blushing. In order to survive, she was going all out. At the very least, Wang Ran was much more pleasing to the eye than the students from the sports department. Wang Ran was shocked. "I can do anything? That's precisely what I feared. Master, they're all flight attendants, so they're very good at service. Our base is so big, I can't clean it all by myself. Also, the drone has to be operated every hour. It's very troublesome. Also, there are many plants on the island that need to be maintained. I really need some people to help me share the burden." Lin Momo began to persuade him. "I know gardening. I'm the best at trimming plants. I'm good at sweeping the floor. I know how to sew clothes. I can cook. I can do the splits." There seemed to be something strange mixed in. The girls in the flight attendant class took out their specialties one after another, just for a chance to survive. Wang Ran was stunned. Lin Momo's words seemed to make sense. Wang Ran could not bear to see his little zombie always working so hard. Momo's time should be spent on taking care of herself and not doing other chores on the island. 13 girls. Girls probably didn't eat much. He had a warehouse full of food, and he could grow some things, so it should be easy to sustain them. In addition, if each of them was given a mouthful of blood, it would be equivalent to having a small standing army. The island's security forces would be strengthened. In the future, he could take Su Xiaoyu and Lin Momo out to do things at the same time. Of course, if they had any ill intentions towards him, that was absolutely not allowed. He had to make this clear to Momo. Then, I'll begrudgingly accept it. All right, he said. If they don't follow the rules of the island, I will kick them out at any time. Wang Ran said indifferently. Thank you, Master. Master is the best. Lin Momo happily pounced on Wang Ran. I'll have more time to stick to Master in the future. The girls in the flight attendant class finally heaved a sigh of relief when they saw Wang Ran agree. By then, the other survivors in the small theater also gathered around. I'm a cafeteria lady. I can cook. I'm very good at cooking. I can guarantee that your food supply will be well-stocked and rationed. I'm the president of the student union. Do you need someone to take care of you? I'm from the roller skating club. I'm very mobile. These people also wanted to join Wang Ran's base. Get lost, Wang Ran coldly said. He had accepted the flight attendant class only because of Lin Momo. As for the others, it was none of his business. Hey, how can you be so uncultured? Don't you have any sympathy? I'm already so old, yet you don't want to accept me. Has your conscience been eaten by a dog? Someone like you is fit to be called a human? The people around them turned hostile and pointed at Wang Ran's nose as they scolded him. Momo, deal with them. The rest of you, follow me. Wang Ran frowned, turned around, and walked out of the small theater. Wu Jiesin and the girls from the flight attendant class followed closely behind. Lin Momo's eyes swept over these people. They all felt that it was only right for Wang Ran to take them in. Since Wang Ran had rejected them, they had all become detestable. Lin Momo had no sympathy for such people. You? What are you trying to do? Don't mess around. I dare you to touch me. I'll lie down if you touch me. These people were still somewhat afraid of Lin Momo's strength. Lin Momo snorted, turned around, and followed Wang Ran. She didn't need to do anything to deal with these people. At the entrance of the small theater, dozens of zombies rushed in. They ignored Wang Ran and the girls from the flight attendant class, bypassed them, and rushed into the theater. Screams of pain continued to ring out. The girls in the flight attendant class were scared. If it wasn't for asserting someone's protection, they would probably end up like the people inside. They didn't know and didn't want to know why the zombies would go around them. Soon, Wang Ran led the group to the front of the truck. There was no more space in front, so the girls could only sit in the truck. As soon as they entered, someone saw little tomatoes with the snakeskin bag out. Group. The girls' stomachs started to growl. They hadn't eaten for more than a day. They were famished. Wu Jiesin glanced at Wang Ran. She knew that he had a lot of food in his backpack. All right. Take it and eat it. Remember to work harder at night. Wang Ran took out some cucumbers, chocolate, beef jerky, and potato chips from his backpack. These were all snacks that he ate when he went out. The eyes of the girls in the flight attendant class lit up. So much food, it was like a dream. They stopped caring about their appearances anymore and started eating. As for working at night, there was no problem at all. In this kind of world, it was good enough to survive. As for the nature of work, anything is fine. Just as Lin Momo was about to close the door of the back of the truck, a loud noise suddenly came from not far away. As if a house had collapsed, a large amount of smoke and dust billowed out. What followed was all sorts of screams. What the heck? Lin Momo was stunned. No time for that. Just close the door, we're moving. Wang Ran said as he jumped into the driver's seat. It's a little dark. You guys make do with it inside. Lin Momo said as she closed the door and quickly climbed into the front passenger seat. Wang Ran had already started the engine. As soon as Lin Momo sat down, he immediately stepped on the gas and sped off. After driving for a short while, a crowd of humans were seen running toward the school gate. Not far behind them, something seemed to be rushing toward them. The ground trembled, indicating danger. If you guys have some baggage, don't direct it to me. Wang Ran directly stepped on the accelerator and sent a young man flying. No matter what kind of mutated zombie it was, Wang Ran was not afraid. However, his seeds and fruit seedlings could not be destroyed. Not long after, Wang Ran finally knew what was chasing after these guys. A particularly large zombie rushed out of the dust. His lower body was only slightly thicker than a normal person's, but his upper body was terrifyingly strong. All the muscles in his body looked like they were about to explode. His arms were even thicker than Wang Ran's waist. Every step he took would shake the ground. It was a tank. Help! Don't come any closer. A man was caught by the huge mutated zombie. He squeezed. His internal organs popped out like a tomato can. This scene shocked the humans who were running for their lives, and they screamed even louder. The tank zombie elbowed a car in front of it and continued to rush forward. Wang Ran's truck became the most obvious target in his eyes. F***, he really caught up. The road ahead isn't good. I can't increase my speed. We'll be caught if this continues. Momo, you drive. I'll go deal with him. Wang Ran thought about it for a while. This was the only way to protect the fruit seedlings in the car. And the girls. Drive? But I don't know how to. Lin Momo was a little confused. I will. I can drive. Wu Jiasin, who was in the back of the car, stuck her head out from the compartment. It was time for her to show her value again. With Lin Momo's help, Wu Jiasin wriggled out of the gap with great difficulty and sat next to Wang Ran. I'll leave it to you. Don't drive too fast. Just get out of range. After Wang Ran gave his instructions, he jumped out of the car with his massive hammer. The tank zombie was only 20 meters away from Wang Ran. The tank zombie hammered the ground a few times, directly cracking the concrete floor. From the looks of it, the construction quality of the school's road was not good either. Between the truck and Wang Ran, the tank zombie still looked at Wang Ran. Humans were delicious. Strong humans could make him become stronger after eating them. The tank zombie didn't seem to have a strong self-consciousness and only wanted to eat. Of course, it was likely this was due to his human days as a meathead. After a fierce charge, the tank zombie was only a few meters away from Wang Ran. A huge fist flew towards Wang Ran. Wang Ran jumped to the side and avoided the punch. The ground was smashed by the tank zombie, leaving a huge pit. The huge impact caused Wang Ran to lose his balance. Immediately after that, he returned fire. Wang Ran raised his hammer and smashed it down on the tank zombie's ribs. The tank zombie's fighting instinct made him retract his arm to block the hammer. Boom! With a muffled sound, the tank zombie was directly hit by the hammer and took a few steps back. However, he didn't seem to be too seriously injured. His arm seemed really durable. Wang Ran quickly grasped the characteristics of the tank zombie. If he wanted to kill him, he would have to find his weakness. Wang Ran kept moving around, looking for an opportunity. The hammer had completely enraged the tank zombie. He roared as he grabbed a BMW beside him and threw it at Wang Ran's head. German engineering was quite a marvel. When it hit the ground, it only lost its windshield and its airbags went off. Then, the tank zombie grabbed the BMW and swung it. There was no way to dodge this time. Wang Ran used the hammer to block the car. Boom! Wang Ran was sent flying and slammed into an electric pole. F***. Wang Ran looked at the electric pole behind him. It was deformed. However, he seemed to be completely fine. This meant he had grown rather durable himself. Recently, he had not met any decent opponents, so Wang Ran could not accurately determine his own strength. This fight was a good test. Wang Ran raised his hammer again and charged at the tank zombie. The tank zombie threw away the BMW and raised its two huge arms, ready to smash Wang Ran into a meat patty. Meat patties, they're the best. Wang Ran had predicted the intention of the tank zombie, so he directly changed direction and slid. He went between its legs. The tank zombie's heavy fists hit the ground. Wang Ran was now behind the tank zombie. Before the cumbersome fellow could turn around, Wang Ran made his move. A heavy hammer hit the tank zombie's ankle. Crack! With a crisp sound, one of the tank zombie's legs was directly folded horizontally at 90 degrees. Just like Paul George, the tank zombie didn't seem to feel pain, but he inevitably lost his balance. He couldn't stand up. With such a heavy body, coupled with a broken leg, he was like a lamb waiting to be slaughtered in front of Wang Ran. Wang Ran dragged his hammer and leisurely went around to the back of the tank zombie. He aimed at his head, a full-force hammer strike. With a muffled sound, the Tang zombie's head was smashed into its chest. However, he did not seem to be completely dead. He was too tenacious. Wang Ran aimed his hammer at his crotch. There seemed to be the sound of something shattering. This time, the giant tank zombie slowly fell down. What the hooded zombie said last time was true. The more people you eat, the stronger you become. There are so many people on this campus. No wonder there are such powerful mutated zombies. Wang Ran swung his hammer a few more times for good measure before he walked toward the school gate. At the school gate, the truck was parked by the side of the road. Meanwhile, Lin Momo was busy killing humans by the truck. When Lin Momo saw Wang Ran coming over, she swiftly killed the two boys in front of her. What's this about? Wang Ran looked at the dozens of fresh corpses on the ground. We stopped here to wait for you, master. These guys want to steal our truck. I killed them all. Lin Momo was asking to be praised. Not bad, not bad. I'll give you a reward when we get back. Wang Ran patted Lin Momo's head. At the critical moment, his zombie had proven herself useful. If they had lost this truck, not only would they lose 13 girls, but most importantly, they would also lose a truckload of seeds. Wang Ran and Lin Momo returned to the car. Wu Jiaxin gave up the driver's seat and sat in the middle. While looking at the bloody hammer and Lin Momo, she was still a little flustered. Wang Ran could sense her emotions. Why don't you go back to the back? Wang Ran pointed at the grid in the back of the car. Wu Jiaxin thought about it and agreed that it was a good suggestion. Although it was comfortable to sit in the front, the smell of blood was too overbearing. Wu Jiaxin got up and went to the small grid. Halfway through, something embarrassing happened. She got stuck. What was even more embarrassing was her head was facing the inside of the carriage, and it was stuck at her waist. She was wearing a short skirt. Wang Ran helplessly sighed. Can I just drive properly? You over there, straighten your legs. Of course it'll get stuck if you bend your legs. Wang Ran reminded her. Wu Jiaxin looked depressed. She also knew that she had to straighten her legs, but the cockpit was only so big, unlike the back of the car where she could stretch her legs freely. Wang Ran couldn't stand it anymore and smacked Wu Jiaxin's butt. Wu Jiaxin was in pain, and when she exerted some force, she really got in. Damn it. Not only did you see everything, you even hit my butt. Wu Jiaxin felt aggrieved, but there was nothing she could do. At that moment, Lin Momo's head reached the entrance of the grid. I'm going to close this hole first. We'll be there in about 20 minutes. You guys should rest for a while. Lin Momo said as she closed the grid. It was pitch black in the carriage. What kind of place do you think we'll be going to? A girl asked. Could it be one of those underground bunkers? A place where you can't see the sun all day long. Your skin will get worse if you don't get enough sunlight. Dear, you're still thinking about your skin at a time like this. It's good enough to live. Yes, when the time comes, everyone must support each other and live well. All right, you guys said. Well, that uncle, didn't Jiaxin already say it? We'll do anything he wants. If he really wants to do something from us, we can't say no, right? Well, you're right. At least he doesn't look half bad. I'll do whatever I want for the sake of the beef jerky he gave me. These flight attendant girls, who couldn't be wooed even with money, were now moved by a bag of beef jerky. East Lake Island. Tang Tang arrived in a Ferrari. Su Xiaoyu looked at the bags in the car in shock. She calls us moving. You? Su Xiaoyu did not know how to begin. This person seemed to be Master's financial backer, so she couldn't offend her too much. I've decided. I'm moving in. Don't worry, I'll pay Uncle my rent. Tang Tang unzipped the bag on the passenger seat, which was shining with a golden light. All right then I'll help you move your things. Su Xiaoyu easily picked up the two massive luggages. Master seemed to like collecting gold. He probably wouldn't reject the rental fee. Tang Tang carried her bag and followed Su Xiaoyu. Damn, this place is too good. The villas have a sea view. The swimming pool is so big. I'll go. Such a big screen. We can play games in the pool. Tang Tang became more and more excited as she strolled around. Sigh. If I had known earlier, I would have come here earlier and let that uncle take advantage of me. Tang Tang suddenly realized that without Wang Ran, she didn't seem to have the strength to wander around. Sigh. It's better to drink more of Uncle's blood and improve my strength. With strength, She could go out and kill zombies for fun. Tang Tang chose a villa in a better location and moved her luggage in. Oh, that's right, Sister Xiaoyu. If I drink more of Uncle's blood, can I be like you? With Wolverine nails? Tang Tang asked as she held Su Xiaoyu's arm. The scene of Su Xiaoyu breaking Frostmourne had left a deep impression on Tang Tang. Blood might not be enough. Hear me out. Su Xiaoyu looked around to make sure no one was around before she continued, speaking in a low voice. Only drinking omitted can increase your strength quickly. Momo and I drink it every day. Su Xiaoyu revealed the secret of her rapid growth. Tang Tang's body trembled in shock. It was a little hard to accept. Was it squeezed and drunk on the spot? It was too terrifying. I'll just drink blood. It might be slower, but I'll still make some progress. Su Xiaoyu couldn't help but laugh at Tang Tang's reaction. It seemed that this sugar mommy wouldn't fight with her for food. That was great. Tang Tang took the elevator to the top floor. The borderless pool once again made Tang Tang sigh. This is life. Wah, there are so many drinks in the fridge. You guys are living too comfortably. Tang Tang took out a bottle of happy nectar from the refrigerator next to the pool. Compared to this place, the villa district was like a slum. Tang Tang had decided to stay here and not go back. She hoped that the gold bars he brought would be able to convince the uncle. At that moment, the sound of a heavy diesel engine came from outside. Su Xiaoyu knew that Wang Ran and Lin Momo had returned. Su Xiaoyu looked at Tang Tang. She had let her in so rashly, and she had to explain it to Master later. Master was quite cold to people who had no interest in him. However, this little sister was a walking gold mine, so she should be fine. Su Xiaoyu immediately went downstairs and ran to the door. From Su Xiaoyu's point of view, Wang Ran was the only one in the truck. After a while, Lin Momo suddenly appeared and wiped the corner of her mouth. It turned out that she was also sitting in front. Su Xiaoyu opened the iron gate, and the truck idled in. What? Why is there a Ferrari here? Xiaoyu, have you been out? Wang Ran asked as he got out of the car. Su Xiaoyu bit her lip, not knowing how to explain the Tang Tang incident. After all, Wang Ran had never accepted any outsiders into this base. At that moment, Lin Momo opened the back of the truck. 13 beautiful girls, all with scores above 90, jumped out of the bus one after another. We finally arrived. I was about to suffocate to death inside. Wah, this place looks like an island. Don't tell me it's the East Lake Island Resort. I've read the brochures. This place is very luxurious. The scenery is heaven. Is this where we'll be living in the future? I feel like I'm dreaming. The girls were so excited that they all jumped up and down. They didn't expect that they would be able to come to such a fairyland right after escaping hell. They were willing to do anything to live in such a place. Su Xiaoyu's face twitched. She had just been thinking about the fact that there was one more person in the base, and now Master had brought back a truck full of them. There were so many beautiful girls. What if they snatch her food? Sigh, these girls look quite familiar. Miss Su, you're here too. The eyes of the girls in the flight attendant class lit up, and they all gathered around Su Xiaoyu. Hey, Jiaxin, Shuti, and Xin. Su Xiaoyu recognized them. They were all her students. The flight attendant class had high requirements for English, so Su Xiaoyu was very familiar with the students. You guys are. I know. Master must have saved you when he went to N University. It's great to see you again. Su Xiaoyu hugged the girls one by one. Master! This title once again shocked the girls. Lin Momo had been calling him that before. Now, even the usually serious professor, Su, was calling him that. Could it be that this was the common form of address for this uncle? The girls looked at each other, feeling a little embarrassed. All right, it's great that you all know each other. Momo, Xiaoyu assigned them their rooms. After this, Momo assigned work to everyone. You can't just eat and drink for free. You still have to work. Also, Wang Ran lowered his voice. Remember to warn them not to have any thoughts about me. I'll go to the top floor for a while. It's too hot. Wang Ran had just fought a battle with that massive zombie, and his body was burning up. He needed to soak in cold water to cool down. Lin Momo and Su Xiaoyu nodded. It would be perfect if these girls only worked and didn't fight with them for food. The two of them happily led the girls to their assigned residences. There were enough villas here, and each person could have one. Even Xiao Jin had his own villa. However, the girls did not feel safe being alone. So in the end, 2 people were given a room. Perhaps it would be safer to live together. While the girls were getting familiar with the island, Wang Ran took the elevator to the top floor. Su Xiaoyu had yet to tell Wang Ran that Tang Tang had moved in as well. She should be soaking in the pool on the top floor now. Wang Ran started to take off his clothes as soon as he got out of the elevator. The weather was too hot. Wang Ran usually did not wear swimming trunks when he swam with Xiaoyu and Momo, and it was the same this time. Anyway, there was no one on the top floor now, so swimming naked was more enjoyable. Soon, Wang Ran was done taking off his clothes. Then, he took a big step and jumped into the pool. In the pool, Tang Tang raised her head in surprise. Wang Ran jumped into the water with a beautiful posture. Tang Tang, on the other hand, looked at it very thoroughly, as if she was watching it in slow motion. Plop! The water splashed on Tang Tang's face, waking her up instantly. White lightning dragon. Tang Tang quickly covered her face. Uncle, you're too much. Don't you know how to wear swimming trunks when swimming? Tang Tang's little face was burning. If she had her axe in her hand, she would have already swung it. King Hell, why are you here? Wang Ran scrambled out of the water. Can I move here? I'll pay you gold as rent. Tang Tang splashed some water on her face to cool down. That would work. Have you collected all the gold from the residents? Wang Ran asked. Since she was paying rent, she could live here. Anyway, the place was big. I've collected everything except for the 2 families who died. I don't know the password to the safe. There's a total of more than 200 kilograms of gold. Sigh, I really don't know what you're collecting so much gold for. Tang Tang muttered. You're quite efficient. Wang Ran nodded. As for the safes that he couldn't open, he could try to break them with a hammer. Quick-witted, Wang Ran was in a good mood, so he started his backstroke. In the end, Uncle, you're too much. Tang Tang immediately turned around. 2 times. 2 times. Where's my axe? Wang Ran was also a little embarrassed. He was used to it and didn't realize that he wasn't that close to Tang Tang. Why don't you go downstairs? I've set up a big screen in the recording room on the 2nd floor. You can play games there. Wang Ran suggested. All right. Tang Tang instantly accepted this suggestion. She did not dare to stay any longer. Although the uncle looked trustworthy, who knew? Those 2 girls called him master. Although Tang Tang was young, she had been in contact with many games and anime. She more or less knew a little about the circumstances under which one could be called master. Tang Tang climbed out of the pool, wrapped herself in a bathrobe, and quickly ran away. Wang Ran heaved a sigh of relief. Even though he had not done it on purpose, he still felt a little embarrassed. Since Tang Tang was not around, Wang Ran was much more relaxed. He climbed ashore and took a bottle of iced Coke. It was shimmering and cold. When Wang Ran raised his head to drink the Coke, Tang Tang came back. I forgot to wear my shoes. I don't want the shoes. Tang Tang covered her face and ran away. 3 times. 3 times. She was losing her mind. I'm going to kill dragons and break their tails. Tang Tang quickly rushed into the elevator. This time, Wang Ran was a little calmer. Just watch. When the time comes, I'll have to increase the rent. Wang Ran took the Coke and lay down on the recliner. After swimming for a while, enjoying the breeze, and looking at the sea view, he took a deep breath. Not long after, the sound of dense footsteps could be heard. This is the infinity pool on the top floor. In the future, you can come here to swim when you're resting. But I don't think I brought many swimsuits. I might have to go out and find some. Everyone, come and take a look. The scenery here is great. Su Xiaoyu brought more than a dozen girls from the flight attendant class to the pool. Wang Ran was lying down and enjoying the breeze, not wearing anything. This was really awkward. The girls didn't know what to say, and their eyes flickered. The scenery on the top floor, it was indeed a little eye-catching. Let's go. You guys go back to your rooms and rest first. Su Xiaoyu also saw the situation and immediately chased the girls out. I'm sorry, master. I didn't expect you to be basking in the sun. Su Xiaoyu kneeled beside Wang Ran with an aggrieved expression. I'm fine. I'm just not used to having other people around. Go outside and get some swimsuits and trunks. I think everyone will need them. Wang Ran touched Su Xiaoyu's head. Su Xiaoyu looked around and saw no one else around. He. In the evening, under Lin Momo's lead, the group of girls prepared a sumptuous dinner. Under the setting sun, the sea breeze blew. There was steak, mushroom soup, grilled lobster, and red wine on the table. It was so good. Wang Ran nodded in satisfaction. With more people, the quality of the dinner had also been raised. Not bad, not bad. In the past, although Momo's food was delicious, she was still too inexperienced in handling high-end ingredients. Moreover, zombies would be drawn by the scent, so it was hard for her to cook. Wu Jiasin was good at cooking Western food, so she put in a lot of effort for this meal. It seemed that saving her from the street lamp was a good choice. Compared to Wang Ran, the girls were more excited. Yesterday, they were so hungry that they shared a bun between more than 10 people. Today, steak, red wine, and lobster. It was like a dream. Even outside the apocalypse, they could only dream of such a feast. And the scenery. You can't stay in such a hotel without paying a month's full wages. Was this the end of the world? It was simply a paradise. The girls were briefed that the reason why this place was so safe, had so much food, and an endless supply of electricity and water was all because of Wang Ran. The girls had already secretly admired Wang Ran, and now they had almost fallen for him. Many girls had already secretly asked Su Xiaoyu if there was anything they could do. Fortunately, Wang Ran had given her a warning in advance, and Su Xiaoyu replied firmly that they were having none of that here. The girls all expressed their regret. Tang Tang was sitting diagonally opposite Wang Ran. She was already used to this kind of food, and she has had even better. However, it was quite pleasurable to be able to have a meal like this in the apocalypse. Although it was delicious, Tang Tang had been sizing up the girls present. Each and every one of them could easily be runway models. The uncle was indeed a perv. She had to stay away from him. The sun disappeared at the end of the sea and was replaced by a round moon and a sky full of stars. It was a sunny day, and the starry sky by the sea was especially beautiful. Everyone enjoyed the meal. Number 2 and number 3, you're in charge of cleaning up. Number 4 and number 5, you're in charge of washing the dishes. Lin Momo gave the order like a head maid. Well, there were too many girls in the flight attendant class, so she simply took Wang Ran's suggestion and gave 13 girls numbers. Number 1 was Wu Jiasin, followed by the other girls. The girls had no objections about Lin Momo's arrangement. Even if they had to work 12 hours a day, they would still be happier than they were a few days ago. Of course, if Wang Ran knew what they were thinking, he would probably squeeze them dry. I'm going to the villa area. I'll be back soon. After Wang Ran had his fill, he prepared to send some of the seeds and fruit seedlings over. He had also left some here for the coolies to plant on the island. As for drinking and driving, there shouldn't be anyone coming out to check for drunk driving now. Boss, you're here. Wu Jiangwo came out of the guardhouse and removed the roadblock with his men. I brought some seeds. Make the arrangements and have them planted as soon as possible. Wang Ran pointed at the back of the truck. Immediately, 2 of his underlings moved the things in. Don't worry, we've already turned over half of the greenery inside today. The soil quality here is good. We can start planting tomorrow, Wu Jiangwo said with a smile. When everyone arrived, they were all extremely excited and worked especially hard. Wu Jiangwo had made the massive understatement of turning over some soil for some planting projects, but they had almost turned over the entire community's greenery. As for the original residents, just keep an eye on them. They're used to lives of luxury. I'm afraid they won't be willing to work hard. Once 1 or 2 such people pop up in the base, that pampered mentality will spread, and, at the same time, it will cause dissatisfaction among the other people who are working hard. If you find such individuals, drive them to the city center directly and let them fend for themselves. Wang Ran instructed him. His own colony would not allow anyone to skive. They were only at the agriculture stage now. In the future, he would set up a factory and process some actual products. In the future, the quality of food he produced would be largely determined by the quality of the island, so they had to be very strict. Don't worry, boss. You can count on me. All right. I plan to take a small team out tomorrow to look for some supplies. Now that we have 5 awakened, as long as we don't encounter 2 powerful mutated zombies, we should be able to move forward without any obstructions. I want to forage more while it's still easy to find supplies. It's soon going to be very difficult, Wu Jiangwo suggested. Sure, I'll give you a list tonight. If you encounter anything on the list, try to bring back some. When you go out, you can bring a few more who haven't awakened yet. Whether they have the chance to awaken or not, fate will decide. All right, do you guys have enough gold bars? Wang Ran asked. It seemed a little inconvenient for so many people to share a single gold bar. It's enough, it's enough. We usually just let everyone come and take a bite when they're free. As Wu Jiangwo spoke, he had a gold bar out of his pocket. The gold bars were full of holes. F***CK. Is this a sea cucumber? Wang Ran was shocked. Look at how much it's been through. It was too scary. Wouldn't it be traumatized? It's just one. Everyone, just make do with it. Wu Jiangwo scratched his head. This bar? You don't have to actually eat it. You guys can get a few rings or pendants. It's fine as long as it's close to your bodies. Wang Ran reminded him. This gold bar could be melted down to forge dozens of rings or pendants. Boss, you should have said so earlier. Now, I have to check my **T every time I finish eating a gold bar. As long as I see golden beans, I dig them out for fear of wasting them. Even I can't stand it. The brawny man, Zhu Ming, said from the side. Wait, where did you put the golden beans you dug out? Wu Jiangwo suddenly had a bad feeling. Zhu Ming was stunned and didn't dare to continue. All right, I won't say any more. I'll head back first. Wang Ran jumped into the truck and drove back. On the way, Wang Ran suddenly heard the sound of an engine. A light appeared in the rearview mirror. A motorcycle quickly passed by Wang Ran. Wang Ran frowned. This seaside road was far away from the city. At this moment, a motorcycle had suddenly appeared. In the worst-case scenario, they might have been sent by some other camp to investigate. It seemed that it was time to strengthen the defensive measures on both sides of the base and the colony. Although it was just a passing motorcycle, Wang Ran still decided to be careful. Only by being cautious could they survive better in the apocalypse. On the island, Lin Momo was having an orientation meeting with 13 girls in a conference room. Come, everyone, follow me. Master, Lin Momo said in a cute and adoring tone. Master, other than Wu Jiasin, the other girls naturally followed suit. I say, Momo, is there a need to call him that? I feel weird. Wu Jiasin felt a little embarrassed. We all call him that, but you don't. Who do you think is weirder? Lin Momo asked with her hands on her hips. Wu Jiasin was stunned. What she said seemed to make sense. I'll talk about the other things to take note of. Master goes to the swimming pool on the top floor every morning and night. Master doesn't like to wear clothes when she's swimming, so don't show up at that time. When you go to bed at night, I suggest you all close the door tightly. The specific reason, I won't explain. Well, this is the schedule that Sister Xiaoyu and I have made. Your daily work schedule is all written here. Of course, the workload will only continue to increase. You have to be mentally prepared for this. Lin Momo, the head maid, was becoming more and more imposing. The girls took the work schedule and looked at it. They were amused. This was even more relaxing than when they were in school. At least every day, the school had body language classes, dance classes, music classes, English classes. In comparison, this place was heaven. This amount of work was nothing. Even double this amount would do. Soon, the meeting ended in a pleasant atmosphere. The girls all went to their respective villas. They planned to swim and then take baths. What a life! After the other girls had left, Wu Jiasin walked to Lin Momo's side. They had a good relationship, so they were closer than the others. Momo, tell me the truth. Did you and your master? Wu Jiasin raised her eyebrows, her eyes coy. Oh, what are you saying? Lin Momo's face turned red. Something was going on. Is your master a decent person? He won't do anything to us, would he? Wu Jiasin continued to press. Oh, don't worry about that. He also specifically told me to inform you lot not to have any ideas about him. Lin Momo explained. You're joking. If I had any ideas about him, I'll run 3 laps around the island naked. Wu Jiasin said, unconvinced. How could she? Would they have any ideas about him? How could she possibly like him? Wang Ran went straight to Lin Momo and Su Xiaoyu after he came back. You guys draw some of my blood. I'll give them to the 13 girls. There's also Tang Tang. The island's defense must be strengthened, Wang Ran said with a serious expression. The motorcycle he had just encountered made Wang Ran feel a little uneasy. Even if the other party was really just passing by, he had to take them seriously. When he was in the base, he didn't have to worry about anyone. What he was worried about was that someone would take the opportunity when he went out. Such a good base could not fall into the hands of others. Wang Ran sat in front of the big screen by the pool and turned on the computer. He browsed the website while letting out blood. The city would run out of power anytime soon, and he didn't know if the internet would also collapse. Wang Ran planned to explore more parts of the city. He might be able to get some useful information. As soon as he entered the dark web, Wang Ran saw some strange and popular posts. Our neighbor caught a female zombie, and they're making a lot of noise every night. Should I knock on the door? F***CK. That's some extreme taste. That's a thing. Why do I knock on the door? Do you want to stop them, or do you want to join in? From personal experience, it's better to put a paper bag on her head. You? Wang Ran was a little speechless. What kind of people are they? How could they have thoughts about a female zombie? TSK, TSK, TSK. In addition, there were some relatively normal hot posts. Analysis of zombies' weaknesses, how to defeat zombies more efficiently. 99% of the time, a tip works. I'm asking for an initial subscription for my new book. I've been bitten, and I want to see more than 1,000 subscriptions before I die. Wang Ran flipped through the forum for a while, and a post caught his attention. Analysis and discussion of mutated zombies and awakened ones. This post was written by a moderator who had posted many other analysis posts. Most of his previous analysis posts had been validated, so he was very popular in the forum. Wang Ran directly clicked on it. There are powerful mutated strains among the zombies, and there are also enhanced humans. The previous analysis mentioned that the more humans a zombie eats, the stronger it becomes and the easier it is to mutate. Then, as for awakened humans, can they increase their strength by eating zombies? From what we know so far, mutated zombies are very similar to awakened ones. We can't rule out the possibility that they both have the zombie virus in their bodies. Survivors, please be on your guard. The real apocalypse has just begun. After reading the post, Wang Ran fell into deep thought. He knew that zombies became stronger by eating humans. The hooded zombie had admitted it before. As for the awakened eating zombies, this was a little hardcore. Forget about it working. How could he stomach it? Not all zombies had soft and smooth skin like his two little followers. If there really were awakened ones who had seen this post and tried it. TSK, 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 he didn't dare to imagine this scene. However, when Wang Ran thought about it carefully, he felt that what the post said made sense. His followers bit him and passed the zombie virus to him, enhancing his strength. Eating zombies. It might really work. Of course, only those who had already become awakened could do so. Ordinary people might just drop dead. Besides, eating awakened ones might also have an effect. Wang Ran continued to browse. Everyone, please don't go to Computer City. You'll never return. My roommate went to Computer City for a GPU and hasn't returned yet. Yes. I live near that place. I often hear roars in the middle of the night. It's too scary. Is there a boss in the Computer City? According to the forum, there might be mutated zombies. F***CK. My life is more important than a graphics card. This post reminded Wang Ran of something. It was time to deal with those guys in Computer City. Compared to regular mutated zombies, they were a small organization. There were a few mutated zombies and a group of zombie dogs. If they were allowed to continue developing, the entire district might fall under their control. What if his underlings went to the city to collect supplies? Wouldn't that be dangerous? No. He had to quickly deal with those hooligans. A large number of zombies have appeared near the power plant. I think the power will be cut off soon. Who said there was a survivor camp in the elementary school stadium? I almost couldn't make it back. Who has food? I'll do anything you want. I'm a mathematics professor. Bloodfawn Camp welcomes all survivors to join. There are no conditions. As long as you can successfully reach the city museum, our camp will welcome you. Other than protecting your safety, we can also provide you with free food. What are you hesitating for? Hurry up. The short few words attracted a large number of replies. Really? No conditions? I'll immediately turn off my computer and leave. This can't be a scam, right? He already said that he doesn't need anything. What can he rob you of if you go empty-handed? Rob you of your body. That makes sense. My cousin went in yesterday. He even sent me a message today to ask me to go. It seems to be true. Then I'll have to hurry, in case they don't accept people when they're full. This post made Wang Ran frown. Unconditionally accepting anyone who turned up. There was no such good thing in the world. The boss of the camp was doing charity? Did he really think that everyone was like Wu Jiangwo? When Wu Jiangwo was at the stadium campsite, he would not have been able to take in 200 people without Wang Ran's food supply. This blood fawn camp was a problem. Of course, even though it was a problem, Wang Ran did not care so much about it. As long as it didn't affect him, they could do whatever they wanted. Momo, calculate what kind of supplies the base needs. Tomorrow, Wu Jiangwo and the others will bring some people to the city to collect supplies. If they see anything, they will try to bring it back. Oh, right, I do need more swimming trunks. Add that to the list. Wang Ran ordered. Lin Momo nodded and immediately went to work. Su Xiaoyu had also collected a cup of blood and was ready to share it with the girls. Hey, uncle, do you want to play a game? Tang Tang happened to walk over. What's this? Is it tomato juice? Tang Tang took a sip from the cup Su Xiaoyu was holding. The taste. Tang Tang instantly understood. A wave of heat spread through Tang Tang's body. It's so hot. I'm going to the pool to take a dip. The sudden heat that came from her body made Tang Tang abandon the idea of playing games, and she ran to the villa. In the middle of the night, the villas all looked the same. Tang Tang didn't even notice that she had run into Wang Ran's unit. Although I feel like I'm getting stronger, this heat is too much. Tang Tang nimbly took off her clothes and jumped into the villa's pool. The cool water made Tang Tang feel much more comfortable in an instant. Fortunately, this villa was rather secluded. Tang Tang was floating on the water leisurely. Wang Ran turned off his computer and planned to go to bed early. After all, he had been drained of a cup of blood and needed a good sleep to recover. When he reached the entrance of the villa, Wang Ran suddenly realized that the door was locked. What the hell? Did the girls accidentally lock the door when they left? Wang Ran muttered. The locked door could not stop Wang Ran. Half of these seaside villas were open air, and the walls were not high. Wang Ran jumped lightly, grabbed the top of the wall, and flipped over. The moment he landed, Wang Ran saw something floating in the pool. Tang Tang? Ah! Tang Tang instantly panicked and fell into the water, her head seemingly hitting the edge of the pool. Gulp, gulp, gulp. A string of bubbles emerged from the water, and Tang Tang sank. From the looks of it, she did take quite a hard knock. Wang Ran sighed helplessly. He jumped into the water and fished Tang Tang out. Tang Tang was lying flat on the edge of the pool. Her belly was a little bloated, and it seemed that she had drunk a lot of water. What the F***CK is she trying to do by coming to my villa to swim? Wang Ran could not understand her. However, he still had to save her. Wang Ran recalled the first aid routine he had seen before. Artificial respiration and chest compressions. That seemed to be the case. There was no time to think too much, so Wang Ran immediately got to work. After a few cycles, Tang Tang suddenly sat up, and a lot of water flowed out of her mouth. Cough, cough, cough. Ah! Tang Tang continued to scream. Uncle, you're a pervert. I knew that you had an ulterior motive. Tang Tang protected her body and shrank back. Where's my axe? I remember putting it by the pool. How did it disappear? Tang Tang looked around the villa while hiding. Although it looked exactly the same, but the shoes and clothes that she had thrown around were gone. The wall that had been damaged by axe seemed to have been restored. Wait, this was not her villa. This was... Tang Tang suddenly looked at Wang Ran. Could it be? This must be Uncle's villa. I'm in Uncle's villa. Tang Tang's face was filled with despair. In that case, he was not a pervert. She was the idiot. Look at you. You don't have anything. How can I have any thoughts about you? Wang Ran took a bath towel from the side and threw it to Tang Tang. Tang Tang's heart warmed. and she immediately wrapped herself in a bath towel. However, after recalling what Wang Ran had just said, Tang Tang was instantly unconvinced. What do you mean? What do you mean I don't have anything? It's at least an A+. Tang Tang frowned and muttered. When she thought about how Wang Ran was giving her first aid just now, he definitely saw it. Tang Tang was embarrassed and angry. At this time, Xiaoyu and Momo had returned to the mansion. When they realized that the villa's door was locked from the inside, the two of them jumped over the wall like Wang Ran. Arg, Master, I'm sorry to disturb you. Lin Momo looked at Tang Tang, then at Wang Ran, and then at the clothes on the ground. It was a little awkward. Didn't I tell you? The door is locked, so let's go, let's go. Su Xiaoyu held Lin Momo's hand, and the two of them jumped over the wall. It's not like this. Tang Tang wanted to cry, but she had no tears. How could this be explained? All right, I'm going to rest. If you're fine, then leave quickly. Otherwise, I'll have to ask you to pay for my services. Wang Ran ordered. After all, he was feeling a little anemic, and he needed time to recover. Services my *SS. I'm the one who's at a disadvantage. Okay? Perverted uncle. Tang Tang picked up her clothes and jogged all the way to the door. The three of them climbed over the wall, so I can't lose out. Tang Tang muttered in her heart. Gritting her teeth, Tang Tang stomped her feet and tried to jump over the wall like Su Xiaoyu and the others. In the end, her face hit the wall. Her nose was red. So embarrassing. Tang Tang's tears came out. She didn't expect the difference in strength between her and them to be so great. Did she not drink enough blood? Tang Tang had no choice but to rub her nose and leave through the main door. Upon seeing Tang Tang coming out, Su Xiaoyu and Lin Momo held back their laughters and greeted her. Tang Tang lowered her head, her face burning hot. She quickly ran into her own unit next door. Su Xiaoyu and Lin Momo entered the villa hand in hand. Master, why did it end so quickly? It's not like you. Su Xiaoyu covered her mouth and laughed. Don't talk nonsense. Don't you know my strength? I drew too much blood today. I need to rest early. Let's stop the feeding tonight. Wang Ran said as he walked toward the bathroom. Sister Xiaoyu, Master seems a little tired. Do you still want to restock tonight? Lin Momo asked. Why don't we drink some of the stock first? Su Xiaoyu said after some thought. After all, it was not easy for Wang Ran, so he had to be given a holiday occasionally. An hour later, Wang Ran had fallen asleep. Su Xiaoyu and Lin Momo snuck out of the villa and went to the kitchen. Their stock was hidden in one of the refrigerators in the kitchen. Before, when there was no one else in the base, they would always move freely. They had to be careful now. It wouldn't be good if others found out and drank their stash. The two of them carefully opened the fridge. There was already as much as a single can stored, which had been painstakingly saved up. One mouthful per person, don't drink too much. Su Xiaoyu licked her lips and took a small sip. Satisfaction. Lin Momo also endured her hunger and drank a little. She used her little tongue to roll the droplet on her lips into her mouth. She couldn't waste it. All right, let's go. The two of them looked around to make sure that there was no one else around before they left. Not long after, a figure flashed out of the darkness. There must be a ghost coming here in the middle of the night to find something to eat. It might be a special medicinal formula to increase one's strength. You lied to me that it was that thing. You're too much, too much. Tang Tang sneakily came to the refrigerator. The food that the two sisters had stolen earlier was inside. Tang Tang was a little nervous and opened the refrigerator with trembling hands. The outer layer was filled with seasonings. Behind the seasonings, there was a bottle of blood. It can't be, it's really this. Tang Tang's face was filled with shock. At 8 the morning, a group of yawning women were called to gather in the courtyard. Today, we're going to start planting. We've already plowed the land. You just need to plant the seeds and fruit seedlings in it and water them appropriately. This task isn't difficult. I hope everyone can complete the task well. Wu Jiangwo said as he stood on the steps. The task of planting had been assigned to the original residents and some of the elderly and women taken in by Wu Jiangwo. The workload was appropriate for them. Waking us up so early in the morning? Do you really think we're farmers? That's right. I usually sleep until 10 a.m. I have not been getting enough sleep. My skin is getting worse. A few women in their 30s complained together. You guys should just stop talking. Is this a lot of work? It isn't much. They simply want us to do our parts. Hurry up and work hard. The native representative, a middle-aged woman in her 40s, Fong Li, reminded her. She used to be a professional manager in a clothing company. She had a lot of experience in management and knew how to read people's minds. She was also well-respected in the community. The women could only frown and shut their mouths. Soon, dozens of people began to sow and plant the fruit seedlings under the guidance of several experienced farmers. Although the morning sun wasn't too strong, it took their toll on the pampered folk. The women soon couldn't take it anymore. My fingers used to play the piano. I don't even wash the dishes at home. Now we have to dig the soil and plant potatoes here. I might as well let those stinky security guards. A woman with big wavy hair and a huge bust shook the dirt off her hands in disgust. That's right. I'm used to being, as long as you don't work, you could do anything. A woman with dyed blonde hair chimed in. The two of them complained to each other while looking for an opportunity to slack off. Sometimes, she would squat for 5 minutes without sewing at all. When the sewing was over, it would be time to transplant the fruit seedlings. The two of them were assigned to transplant tomatoes. The work was simple, too. They just had to move the entire tomato sprout from the pot into the soil. They just had to loosen the soil and bury the seeds. Buxom glanced around. When no one was paying attention, she plucked a small tomato and threw it into her mouth. Ah, it's so sour. It's so delicious. You try one too, Buxom urged. Blondie swallowed her saliva and took one as well. Since yesterday, all the food had been distributed, and it was difficult to even eat vegetables and fruits. Now that she had the opportunity, she should help herself. All right. There are only a dozen or so. If you eat too many, they'll notice. After she chewed for a bit, Buxom hurriedly stopped Blondie. At that moment, Wu Jiangwo's burly body suddenly appeared behind the two of them. Slacking off at work and eating. Are you going against the camp's rules? Wu Jiangwo said coldly. Buxom and Blondie were stunned. Then, Buxom immediately put on a charming smile. Big brother, we don't have any experience. Why don't you come to my villa after today's work and give me some private guidance? Buxom winked at Wu Jiangwo. She used to be a mistress of a rich businessman. The rich man had died in the security attack. She remained in the villa alone. If she could take down Wu Jiangwo, the representative of the outsiders, her future would be easy. No need. You won't have the chance to return to the villa. Wu Jiangwo said coldly. Buxom was stunned. What did this mean? Could it be that he was going to force her to his place? It seemed to be possible. Just as the Buxom was exuding her charm, Wu Jiangwo suddenly reached out his hands and picked the two women up, one in each hand. This? So direct? To want both? Now, the two women were stunned. However, with Wu Jiangwo's physique, it was normal for him to want them both at once. They had already started to fantasize about their happy lives in the future. Wu Jiangwo carried the two of them and walked up the steps. Everyone listen up. These two people are slacking off at work on purpose and even ate unripened fruits. According to the rules set by Boss Wang Ran, the two of them will be punished by exile. At noon, our supply searching team will take them to the city and find a safe place to put them down. We will give them a day's worth of food and weapons for self-defense. The rest is up to them. I hope the others can learn from this. Wu Jiangwo said coldly. What? The two women who were being carried trembled. Exile? They were being thrown out? You must be joking. We're the owners of this place. We have the property ownership certificate. What right do you have to chase us out? Buxom panicked. Wasn't this as good as executing them? She was no good at anything outside the bedroom. The rules here were set by Boss Wang Ran. This is the outcome of disobeying the rules. You don't have to resist, and you don't have the ability to resist, Wu Jiangwo said as he threw the two women aside. Zhu Ming and the others immediately went forward and tied them up. Sister Fong, do you think there's a problem with how I'm handling this? Wu Jiangwo asked Fong Li, the native representative. Fong Li frowned at first, but she quickly returned to her expressionless state. There's no problem with the way you handled it. I agree. Fong Li nodded her head. She used to be a professional manager and had a lot of experience in dealing with human resources. The two women had indeed crossed the line. On the small scale, he was fishing in troubled waters, but on the big scale, he was causing ripples across the entire camp. Just like the employees in big companies, once this atmosphere spread, the company's efficiency would be greatly reduced. She would have to deal with it. But it was a little cruel. However, killing the chicken to warn the monkeys at the beginning was very necessary and effective. Therefore, Fong Li chose to agree without hesitation. Sister Fong, why are you speaking up for them? Save us. Buxom and Blondie were so scared that they broke out in a cold sweat, and their makeup was ruined. Fong Li looked at the two of them and turned around decisively. She walked to the front of the people who were working. Everyone, pay attention. Since you've accepted their protection, you must follow their rules. It's different now. Everyone needs to adjust their mentality. At least from what I can see, this Wang Ran has the strength and the character to match it. Men like him are far and few. So, everyone, just focus on your work. Fong Li made full use of her professional experience and gave a speech. The elderly and women from Wujiangwo were still fine. They had experienced hardships, and this much work was nothing. The residents were an issue. When they were working, they would bicker and gossip. However, after the punishment for the two of them in Fong Li's speech, they understood. The world had really changed. They had to play their parts. Wang Ran slept until 10 until the morning. He felt so refreshed. He didn't know why, but this was the most comfortable sleep he had had in a while. When he woke up in the morning, not only was he in good spirits, but his body felt great. The fatigue from last night's blood drawing was swept away. When the two lackeys saw that Wang Ran had woken up, they immediately brought her a toothbrush and a towel. With the girls in the flight attendant class, Lin Momo no longer needed to prepare breakfast. She could very comfortably sleep with Wang Ran until dawn. I'm so happy. After washing up, Wang Ran walked out of the villa with his two little followers. As soon as he went out, Wang Ran saw Tang Tang climbing over the wall of the villa next door. Yo, I actually succeeded this time. You're jumping higher than yesterday already, right? Wang Ran asked with a smile. Tang Tang's face turned red, and she quickly escaped. It's just artificial respiration and CPR, right? Do you have to be so shy? Wang Ran shook his head. The three of them arrived at the large swimming pool. Breakfast was already prepared. There was white porridge with preserved vegetables and salted eggs, as well as deep-fried dough sticks and scallion pancakes. One look, and you could tell that he has skills. Not bad, not bad. It's worthy of praise. When they saw Wang Ran eating happily, number 3 and number 9 felt somewhat accomplished. After breakfast, Wang Ran gathered the 13 girls together. After drinking my special medicine yesterday, did you feel any changes in your bodies? Wang Ran asked. There are. I seem to have become stronger. I feel like my skin is more supple, and my figure seems to have been accentuated. Me too. I feel like I'm half a cup bigger. I can already do the splits in the air. I couldn't do it before. The girls all expressed their changes. Wang Ran's face twitched. Why were they veering off topic? He was clearly asking about strength. Master, do you want to bring a refrigerator over? Su Xiaoyu could see Wang Ran's shock. All right then. Just take one from one of the unoccupied guest rooms in the main building. Wang Ran thought for a while and decided that the refrigerator was the most suitable test. Very quickly, a small refrigerator was placed in front of Wang Ran. Come, street lamp skirt, come and throw hands at this thing. Wang Ran waved at Wu Jiasen. Who are you calling street lamp? I have a name. Please call me number 1. Wu Jiasen glared at Wang Ran and walked to the refrigerator. Hitting metal. Would it hurt my hand? No, I can't let him look down on me. Wu Jiasen took a deep breath and punched the refrigerator door hard. Boom! The refrigerator door caved in. Wang Ran nodded in satisfaction. The effect was not bad. I did this. I'm that powerful. Wu Jiasen looked at her own fist in disbelief. The other girls were also eager to try. They did feel a little different when they woke up today, but they didn't expect it to be such a difference. All right. You've gotten the gist. That's enough. I'll be taking Xiaoyu and Momo out today. You guys guard the house well. Don't let a single person in. Do you understand? Wang Ran asked. The reason why he gave all the girls blood to drink last night was for the safety of the island. Understood, Master. The girls answered in unison. Wang Ran's magical potion had given them extraordinary strength. This time, their admiration for Wang Ran grew even more. Tang Tang, you do have some combat experience. When I'm not around, you have to help keep watch, okay? Wang Ran reminded her. Tang Tang's little face blushed, and she lowered her head to drink the milk. He probably didn't find out about the drinking last night. However, Sister Xiaoyu was right. After drinking it, her strength had improved by leaps and bounds. Sigh, do I still have to secretly drink it in the future? If she drank too much, she would be easily discovered. After breakfast, Wang Ran, Su Xiaoyu, and Lin Momo got into the car. Other than the time they moved, this was the first time Wang Ran had brought 2 people with him. This could be considered the peak of his expeditionary force as of now. There was another benefit to the 3 of them sitting in the front row, which was that he could drive safely. Neither of the 2 followers had any intention of snacking on the way. Maybe it was because they were too embarrassed. Yes, that must be it. Otherwise, they definitely wouldn't be able to hold back after not eating for an entire night. The truck drove steadily on the road and soon arrived at Computer City. As soon as he got close to Computer City, Wang Ran felt that something was wrong. There should have been a lot of zombie bodies on the road before. Now, not only were there no corpses, but there were also very few zombies. It shouldn't be. Could it be that their organization had developed too fast and there were not enough people to eat? So they started to eat their own kind? Wang Ran got out of the car with his hammer. Be careful. The mutated zombies here used to be quite powerful. Wang Ran reminded them. Su Xiaoyu and Lin Momo nodded and followed closely behind Wang Ran. The 3 of them slowly stepped into Computer City. As soon as he entered, Wang Ran could clearly sense the problem. The first floor used to be a little messy, but most of the counters were still in their original positions. This time, the first floor was almost turned upside down. None of the counters were left standing. The ground was covered in dried blood, broken bones, and minced meat. However, there were no corpses to be seen. Master, there was a very intense battle here. Su Xiaoyu said. Yes, I can tell. The strange thing is, this place is the same as the outside. There are no corpses. Don't tell me that people nowadays clean up the battlefield when they fight. Or is it like in the game, where the corpse will be automatically erased? Wang Ran was amused by his own thoughts. Let's go downstairs and take a look. Wang Ran turned on his flashlight and slowly walked downstairs. The basement of Computer City was originally a food street. They served milk tea, chicken chops, duck necks, and so on. The hooded zombie had said so. There were originally more than 100 people hiding here, but it later became the zombies' cafeteria. As soon as he went down, Wang Ran smelled the thick stench of blood. The canteen had witnessed some cruel scenes. On this floor, there were many more corpses, but most of them had been reduced to bone or highly decomposed corpses. Other than that, there was nothing else. Momo, can you sense if there are any more zombies nearby? Wang Ran covered his nose and quickly left the basement. Master, there are only a few normal zombies wandering around in this building. Arg, it seems like there's a zombie dog on the 4th floor. Lin Momo's eyes suddenly lit up. The response was very weak, and she had almost missed it. Wang Ran rubbed Lin Momo's head. Even though Momo's combat ability was not as good as Xiaoyu's, it was still a useful ability. Bringing the 2 of them along at the same time was indeed much more efficient. Master, it's over there. Su Xiaoyu pointed at a fridge. Wang Ran raised the hammer and went forward to open the refrigerator door. As expected, a zombie dog was shivering inside. Wang Ran recognized it. It was one of the zombie dogs that had attacked him last time. It was the smallest among them, probably the size of Teddy Bear. Momo, can you communicate with it? Find out what's the situation here. Wang Ran ordered. I'll try my best. Momo couldn't speak dog language, and a zombie dog couldn't speak human language, so it was quite difficult for them to communicate. Fortunately, Lin Momo could directly communicate with the target's mind. Plus, the zombie dog was relatively weak, so Lin Momo successfully obtained some information. Master, I think I know what's up. It seems like a powerful team of awakened humans came here. The zombies here suffered heavy casualties. Only a few managed to escape. This puppy had nowhere to run, so it hid in the refrigerator. Lin Momo told him what she had learned. A full team of powerful awakened ones. Wang Ran was stunned. A team showed up at this time? This was a little odd. How did they improve their strength? Even if it was in-game purchases, there was still a chance. Also, what kind of organization would have such a strong sense of justice to come here to clean up the zombies? They couldn't be here for the graphics card, right? Momo, ask this dog if it can find that group of people. Wang Ran said with a frown. Lin Momo nodded and started talking to the zombie dog again. Master, its sense of smell is not working. It can't track them down. However, it knows the general direction that the zombies have escaped in. Lin Momo answered. All right, lead the way. If you don't find it, I'll kill you. Wang Ran glared at the zombie dog. The zombie dog shivered. This human was even more terrifying than the previous batch. Wang Ran found a long rope and tied it around the zombie dog's neck, then tied it to the front of the car. The zombie dog led the way, while Wang Ran slowly followed behind in the car. The zombie dog felt wronged. As the run of the pack, it was already very often bullied. And now, he was being bullied by humans. Did zombie dogs not have dignity? It didn't seem so. It could only lower its head and silently lead the way. On the other side of the city, Wu Jiangwo led a team to a large commercial square. Let's do it here. Good luck. Wu Jiangwo released Buxom and Blondie and gave them a bottle of water and a bun each. Zhu Ming gave them 2 short-handled hammers, which could be considered as self-defense weapons. Big brother, I beg you, don't leave us here. I'll do anything you want. The 10 of you can come at me together. Buxom lifted her skirt and cried. For a person like her who had been pampered since she was born, leaving her here was the same as asking her to die. I'm sorry, I don't like rule breakers. Wu Jiangwo closed the car door immediately. Lin Hua's incident gave him a new understanding of the apocalypse. Having unreliable people in the team was scarier than having zombies. The 2 Land Rovers directly drove away and into the underground parking lot of the commercial square. Buxom looked at the water and steamed buns in his hands. A steamed bun? You call this a day's worth of food? How could it be enough? A bottle of water. She still had to wash her face and rinse her mouth. Buxom's hatred for Wu Jiangwo and Wang Ran grew deeper and deeper. Sis, what should we do? Blondie wiped her tears. She could vaguely see the shadows of some zombies around them. If a zombie really came, they would be in trouble. How far could they even run? Just as Blondie was trembling, Buxom went around her with her hammer. Don't blame me. If you want to blame someone, blame those people who chased us out. I don't want to starve to death. Buxom muttered in her heart before raising her hammer. Bang! Blondie fell to the ground. Her blonde hair dyed red. Buxom was still worried, so she knelt down and hit Blondie a few more times. When she saw that Blondie had completely stopped moving, she heaved a sigh of relief. Now, she had 2 steamed buns and 2 bottles of water. No, she had to find a safe place. Buxom vaguely remembered that someone had mentioned a campsite near the city museum during dinner last night. It was called Blood Fong. It did not seem far. Let's go there and try my luck. Buxom found herself an electric scooter and rode it in the direction of the museum. In the underground parking lot of the mall, Wu Jiangwo's team killed a few zombies easily and arrived at the first floor of the mall. At present, there were 6 awakened ones, including Wu Jiangwo. Wu Jiangwo had left 2 of them to guard the house and brought the rest out. In addition to the awakened ones, Wu Jiangwo had also brought 6 ordinary people out for training this time. One of them was the young security guard, Zhao Dong. Zhao Dong was both excited and nervous about being able to fight in real combat. By the way, what are we doing in the mall? There's not much food in the mall, right? Zhao Dong asked. Wu Jiangwo looked at the swimsuits, women's clothes, and beach pants on the list of supplies. He had to ask Boss Wang Ran about this. Of course, some daily necessities were also a must, such as toothpaste, toothbrush, detergent, and so on. If he did not brush his teeth for a period of time. TSK, TSK, TSK. We're mainly looking for daily necessities and clothes this time. If you see other good things, you can bring them along. Zhu Ming, didn't you want to smoke? I remember there's an e-cigarette shop here. All right, let's split up into 2 groups. Make sure to keep it quiet and return to the base as soon as possible after we're done. Wu Jiangwo divided the group. He and Lu Quan led one team, and the other team was led by Zhu Ming and Ah Ji, who were both quite strong. The 2 teams split up at the stairs and began to search. There were quite a lot of shops in this mall. Of course, there were also many zombies. Basically, every store had a few zombies. In order to train the newbies, these ordinary zombies were left to Zhao Dong and the other ordinary people to deal with. The awakened ones only stepped in when necessary. An hour later, Zhao Dong's group walked out of Uniqlo. The supplies were almost collected. Shouldn't we go and meet up? Zhao Dong asked. Wait, I still need to go to that e-cigarette shop to get some stuff. I haven't smoked for a few days. It's so uncomfortable. Zhu Ming smiled awkwardly. He would have to submit a request to the boss later to sweep the tobacco company's warehouse. It was almost as important as food. For now, he could only get some electronic cigarettes to satisfy his craving. Zhao Dong and the rest followed Zhu Ming into an e-cigarette store. They had just started to put e-cigarettes into their bags when a shady group of people appeared at the door of the shop. Someone else is here for e-cigs. Fortunately, we came in time. Otherwise, they would have finished taking everything. A skinny young man picked his teeth and sized up Zhu Ming and the others arrogantly. Behind him, there were 5 other people who were equally arrogant. We don't want much. It's for our personal use. The rest are all yours. Zhu Ming remembered what Wu Jiangwo had told him. When meeting other survivors, they should try to avoid any conflicts. TSK, you're still lacking in awareness. Leave all the cigarettes behind. The same goes for the things in your bags. The skinny man said coldly. Extortion. Come now, there's no need for that. Zhu Ming clenched his fists, and the muscles in his arms expanded instantly. If the other party wanted to fight, then so be it. So what if the other side had more people? He was an awakened. Was he supposed to be afraid of them? Yo, it looks like you have some strength. An awakened? Interesting. But our Blood Fawn camp does not lack awakened ones. As soon as the skinny man finished speaking, the 6 people on his side revealed their auras at the same time. 6 awakened ones. Zhu Ming and the others trembled. This was more than the total number of people they had sent this time. As the captain of this team, Zhu Ming quickly made a decision. Fine, I'm sorry. We'll leave immediately. We'll also leave the things behind. Zhu Ming said as he suppressed his anger. He was originally a hot-tempered young man, but now that he was the team leader, the safety of his team members was the most important. The items in their bags were nothing more than clothes and daily necessities. They just had to find more of those. TSK, you're tactful. However, I'm not very happy with your attitude just now. How about this? If you break one of your arms, I'll let you go. Don't worry, I won't lie to you. If we really want to kill you, it'll be as easy as turning our hands. The skinny lad picked his teeth again and dug out a piece of meat. He flicked it on the ground. All right. Zhu Ming held the fire axe in his right hand and aimed the back of the axe at his left hand. Ming, don't do this. Let's fight it out with them. Aji and Zhao Dong advised him from the side. This was too cruel. This group of people is too much. Enough. The other side has more people. Besides, it's just bone. It'll heal. I'm the captain of this team, and I'm responsible for your safety. Put down your backpacks. Zhu Ming gritted his teeth and raised his axe. Ka! With a muffled sound, Zhu Ming hit his left arm with the back of the axe. The arm was twisted at a strange angle, obviously broken. Beads of sweat appeared on Zhu Ming's forehead, but he didn't make a sound. TSK, you're a real man. I, Skeletal Dragon, am a man of my word. You can leave after you leave your things. I really made the right choice to go out today. I still get to meet interesting folk. Ha ha ha. The skinny man laughed haughtily. The few underlings behind him also had smug looks on their faces. He did not even need to do it himself. He had made an awakened one smash his own arm. This was power. Joining the Blood Fawn camp was the right choice. Let's go. Zhu Ming gritted his teeth and left with Zhao Dong and the others. Zhao Dong found a few clothes hangers from the clothing store next door and secured Zhu Ming's arm with a belt. After he returned, You would have to deal with it. I'm fine. Ever since I've awakened, I've gained some regenerative abilities. I think I'll be fine after a month of rest. Zhu Ming said in a relaxed tone. It's all my fault. If I had awakened, I wouldn't be like this. Zhao Dong blamed himself. That's right. If all 5 of us were awakened, we could have taken them on. Someone sighed. All right, that's enough. Continue collecting supplies, and then meet up with Captain Wu. Zhu Ming felt much better after fixing his hands. Even with one hand, he could still kill zombies. Half an hour later, the 2 teams met at the stairway. What the F*** CK, Zhu, what's going on with you? To hurt your hand while looking for some supplies? Wu Jiangwo was a little confused. Captain Wu, this is what happened. Zhao Dong could not help but describe the situation. F*** King Blood Fong Camp. That's a little too much. No, I'm not having this. Zhao Dong, take the unawakened with the supplies and head back first. I'm gonna F*** them up. Wu Jiangwo was instantly enraged. Getting mad seemed to fuel his strength. But Captain Wu, they have 6 awakened ones. Zhao Dong was a little worried. What's there to be afraid of? I can handle 3 of them. You dare to threaten my brother? You're courting death. Wu Jiangwo unloaded his backpack and held the axe in both hands. He was full of vigor. All right, I'll go too. I could do work with this too. Zhu Ming raised his axe with one hand. They couldn't fight the situation just now, but it was different now that Wu Jiangwo was there. He really could take on 3 of them at once. Let's go. We can't let them bully us for nothing. Lu Quan and Aji were also filled with anger. Seeing that he couldn't persuade them, Zhao Dong could only follow their instructions and carry the supplies. Captain Wu, we'll be waiting for you in the garage. Zhao Dong and a few other ordinary people carried their supplies to the garage. They were all very depressed. Why are they not awakened ones? Why couldn't they help at this critical moment? Zhao Dong returned to the car and placed the supplies in the trunk. The 6 of them squeezed into a single SUV. Hey, we didn't see those 2 cars when we came here. A dark-skinned young man pointed to a BMW X5 and an Audi Q5 that were parked in the middle of the road tens of meters away. I got it. It's the car of that group of people just now. Brothers, cover me. I'm going to give them some gifts. Zhao Dong took out a screwdriver and a dagger from the car and smiled. As a skilled security guard, he had dealt with many cars that were parked randomly. As long as it wasn't a villa owner's car, he wouldn't hesitate to puncture the tires. Of course, to these bastards from the Blood Fawn camp, it would not be that simple. They would not be stopped by punctured tires. If he wanted to do something, he would do something about the brake system. The brake oil path and gas pipe were soon severed. Zhao Dong, they seemed to have supplies in their vehicles. The dark-skinned young man who was responsible for protecting Zhao Dong looked through the glass. Give me the screwdriver, I'll show you. The dark-skinned man smiled. After a few simple operations, the dark-skinned man opened the trunk. It was full of alcohol and food. F***CK, brother, what did you do in the past? You're so skilled at this. Zhao Dong's face was filled with shock. Well, there's no point hiding it. I was in prison before all this zombie shit happened. The dark-skinned man smiled. He had just been released and was worried about not being able to find a job, and the end of the world had come. This time, he didn't even need to look for a job. However, he was still very happy that his skills could be put to use. Let's go. There's one more. Zhao Dong immediately perked up. Although they were not awakened ones, they could still be of some use. Soon, the brake system of both cars was destroyed. The cigarettes, wine, and other supplies in the car had also been emptied. Zhao Dong and the others returned to the car. We're just waiting for Captain Wu to come back. Captain Wu, you must do your best. Zhao Dong and the others prayed in their hearts. No, I have to call Boss Wang Ran. Zhao Dong hesitated for a moment before taking out his phone. Hey, boss, I have something to tell you. Zhao Dong quickly recounted what had happened. F***CK, you dare to threaten my people. I'll be right there. Wang Ran hung up the phone after he finished speaking. That's great. Boss said he'll be here soon. Zhao Dong instantly regained his confidence. He had witnessed Wang Ran's strength before. I hope Captain Wu and the others can hold on a little longer. 10 minutes later, hurried footsteps were heard from the stairs. Everyone, hide your heads. Zhao Dong immediately got his friends to hide. Through the window, Zhao Dong saw the skinny man, followed by two underlings. The three of them looked like they had suffered heavy injuries and were covered in blood. They opened the door of the BMW X5 in a hurry, got in the car, and directly stepped on the gas to escape from the place. Not long after, Wu Jiangwo and the others appeared at the stairway. Damn it, they got away. Wu Jiangwo wiped the blood from his forehead. Behind him, Zhu Ming, Ji, and Lu Quan were still standing vigorously, but they were all slightly injured. Captain Wu, Zhao Dong, and the rest immediately got out of the car and ran over. Captain Wu, how are you guys? Zhao Dong asked with concern. Of course we're fine. Although those bastards are awakened, their strength is only SOSO. I said I'll take on 3, so I'll take on 3. It's a pity that 3 of them managed to escape. Wu Jiangwo's abdomen was cut open, and there were many wounds on his arms. There was even a wound on his forehead. However, he even gained strength in the middle of the battle, just now. After he became stronger, his physique was also strengthened, and some small wounds automatically stopped bleeding. Captain Wu, don't worry. I've already destroyed the brake system of their car. We've also cleared out the supplies in their trunks. There was so much food. Zhao Dong and the others could not help but laugh. Ha ha ha, that's good. Wu Jiangwo burst into laughter. Then, my hand wasn't broken in vain. Zhu Ming's eyes lit up. At that moment, the sound of a car was heard. Everyone tensed up again. A truck drove into the underground garage, dragging a very exhausted zombie dog. The zombie dog was also depressed. It had not been easy for me to show you the way, and it took ages, yet you turned around just like that and drove so fast. I almost died again. I'll definitely bite you when I get the chance. Wang Ran stepped on the brake, and the tire directly crushed the zombie dog's head. What's the situation? Where those be asterisk stars? Wang Ran hefted his massive hammer over his shoulder and said in an aggressive manner, I killed 3 of them, and the other 3 ran away in their cars. However, Zhao Dong ruined their brakes. I wonder if they'll even make it back to the Blood Fawn camp alive. Ha-is. Wu Jiangwo laughed, causing the wound to split open again. He could not help but frown. Blood Fawn camp. All right, you guys go back and rest. Leave this matter to me. Wang Ran's eyes revealed a rare killing intent. Previously, when he was dealing with the zombies, Wang Ran had treated it as if he was cleaning up a house of cockroaches. This time, he was going to kill some humans, forcing his subordinate to smash his own arm to bits. If I don't F***king kill your entire camp, I'll write my surname backwards. All right, then we'll head back first. Wu Jiangwo knew that he and his gang were all too damaged to be of much use, so he might as well go back and help look after the camp. But this time they had gained much. TSK, TSK, TSK. Wu Jiangwo and the others greeted Wang Ran and drove back to the base. Wang Ran leaned against the car door, thinking about countermeasures. Blood Fawn camp. To be able to destroy the mutated zombies' lair in Computer City, they must be quite capable. At least, they had to be on par with Wu Jiangwo's team. How many people they had and how strong they were, it remained unknown. Based on the current situation, Wang Ran did not intend to directly bring his 2 little zombies along. That would be too rash. Perhaps he was used to living in a passive manner before he transmigrated, but when he encountered such a difficult situation to judge, Wang Ran still decided to play it safe. Xiao Yamomo, you guys can search for whatever you want and then drive the truck back to the island. I plan to sneak into the Blood Fawn camp and see what's going on. Wang Ran smiled. In any case, the Blood Fawn camp was recruiting survivors, so it wouldn't be difficult for him to sneak in. After figuring out the situation, he would wipe them out. But, Master, we haven't eaten today. Lin Momo mentioned the key point. Wang Ran was stunned. It seems so. They didn't eat anything last night. If they didn't feed her, something might happen. All right, get in the car. Wang Ran intended to end the battle quickly. Master, it's not comfortable in the car. Do you want to change the location? Su Xiaoyu was becoming more and more demanding on quality. Wang Ran sighed. All right. After all, he might be undercover for a day or 2. He had to feed them. Wang Ran brought his 2 followers around the shopping mall and finally chose a movie theater. Experiencing it at the movies was one of Wang Ran's dreams before the apocalypse. Today, it could finally be realized. There weren't many zombies in the movie theater, so Wang Ran easily dealt with the wandering zombies. Then, he entered the VIP hall with his two little followers and locked the door. The VIP seats were all large recliners that could be reclined. They were very suitable for feeding. 2 hours passed by in a flash. The moment it ended, Su Xiaoyu suddenly jerked her head back and let out a roar that echoed throughout the entire theater. Lin Momo, who was standing at the side, was shocked. "Sister Xiaoyu, what's wrong with you?" Lin Momo asked in a trembling voice. Su Xiaoyu did not say a word, but she exuded an extremely powerful aura. Her teeth became sharper, and her nails involuntarily extended out. Wang Ran took a closer look and saw that the silver line in Su Xiaoyu's pupils had turned into a faint golden color. This was a quantitative change led to a qualitative change, and it evolved. Wang Ran remembered that the last time Su Xiaoyu underwent a qualitative change was in the supermarket's warehouse. Xiaoyu's strength should have increased by a huge margin after the evolution. Wang Ran felt that Xiaoyu's skin had grown firmer. Su Xiaoyu only returned to normal after a while. Her fangs and sharp claws slowly retracted. "Sister Xiaoyu, you scare me to death." Lin Momo patted her chest. "The power in my body exploded just now. I couldn't control it. I'm sorry." Su Xiaoyu stuck out her tongue and returned to her cute self. "I want it too. I also want to become stronger." Lin Momo hugged Wang Ran's arm and acted like a spoiled child. All right. You'll probably be there soon." Wang Ran took a look and saw that the silver in Lin Momo's pupils had taken on a faint, golden color. He estimated that it would not take long for him to break through this level like Su Xiaoyu. "Xiaoyu, how do you feel now? How strong do you think you have become?" Wang Ran asked. "There are no refrigerators here." "I can't say for sure." Su Xiaoyu shrugged. "Aren't there a lot of recliners here?" Wang Ran pointed to the side. Su Xiaoyu nodded, and her sharp claws appeared again. "Xing!" Su Xiaoyu waved her sharp claws and easily dismembered a recliner. It did not end there. She kicked a chair into the sky. Then, Su Xiaoyu jumped high and kicked the recliner against the wall. As soon as Su Xiaoyu landed on the ground, she immediately burst into action and rushed toward the recliner. Su Xiaoyu's sharp claws reached the recliner before it hit the wall. A claw thrust out. It pierced through the deck chair and the 30-centimeter thick concrete wall. Wang Ran, who was standing beside her, clapped his hands. Su Xiaoyu's speed, strength, and reaction were all perfectly combined. Her combat power was off the charts, and she was simply a merciless killing machine. Wang Ran was very satisfied. However, on second thought, how could he handle Su Xiaoyu like this? He was afraid. "All right, I'm gonna be a spy. You guys search around. Go home as soon as possible." Wang Ran hugged his two zombies and said goodbye. After arriving at the underground parking lot alone, Wang Ran looked around. A truck. He would leave it to Xiaoyu and Momo, and he would have to find another vehicle. That zombie dog. It was quite pitiful. However, it had played its role. It had led the way to the power plant in the suburbs. Wang Ran remembered reading a post on the forum yesterday about a large number of zombies appearing near the power plant. It seemed that they were the ones who had escaped from Computer City. I'll deal with them later. After all, in comparison, attacking his own subordinates was far more serious. He had to pay it back 100 times. Wang Ran found a Jeep Wrangler and drove it out of the garage in the direction of the museum. It was not very far, so Wang Ran did not take long. There was actually no one guarding the empty gates. Wang Ran directly drove in. There were many cars parked in the square of the museum. It seemed that they had been parked by people from all over the city. Wang Ran parked the car and walked towards the main building of the museum with an axe in his hand. The hammer was too eye-catching, so he had left it in the truck. The main building of the museum was a 4-story building. Each floor had to cover over 2,000 square meters. On the whole, it was a strategically sound place. It could accommodate a lot of people. Wang Ran walked toward the main entrance of the museum. A banner was hung above the gate. The words Blood Fong Camp were written in blood, and they were very eye-catching. "Who's there? Stop!" 2 men with axes in their hands suddenly appeared on both sides of the door. Wang Ran smiled. 2 awakened ones were guarding the door. They seemed casual, but in fact, they had been vigilant. I saw the post on the forum and came to ask for shelter. Please give me some food. I haven't eaten anything for a day. Wang Ran started his performance. After fighting hard for 2 hours, Wang Ran did look a little dispirited. Huh, another one who came here after reading the post. The mad scientist method is really effective. In just a few days, a few hundred people have already come. One of the security guards said with a smile. It's amazing that there are still so many people online in this environment. Another person shook his head. Don't you know that those who live long are all otakus shut-ins? Once they close their doors, they don't lack food at home. Of course, they would survive longer. Okay. You can go in. However, you have to hand over the axe in your hand. The guard said to Wang Ran. All right. Your camp is so good, willing to accept someone like me who has nothing. Good people will be rewarded. Wang Ran swiftly handed the axe to the guard. That's... Hurry up and go in. The 2 guards looked at Wang Ran as if he was an idiot. It was obvious that they were hiding something. When Wang Ran stepped through the main gate, he finally realized that there were 2 more people hiding behind the pillar beside the 2 guards. TSK, a true operation. There are already 4 awakened ones guarding the door. What kind of secret was this camp hiding? As soon as Wang Ran entered, a young, short-haired woman came forward to welcome him. Hello, I'm a new coach of this camp. You can call me Lisa. Lisa extended her hand to Wang Ran. Hello. My name is Wu Jiangwo. Wang Ran pretended to be enthusiastic and shook her hand. Lisa, compared to the Lisa that Wang Ran knew, she was far too different in appearance. No wonder she was only a newbie instructor. Beautiful ones probably went to serve the camp's higher-ups. Hello, brother Jiangwo. Let me introduce you to our camp. Lisa ran her fingers through her hair and looked at Wang Ran with a hint of joy in her eyes. This newcomer is quite good-looking. I hope he survives. However, Wang Ran was not interested in Lisa at all. Well, she was not easy on the eyes. We have a total of 4 floors. The first floor is for the new members of the camp. There used to be 2 large exhibition halls here. It should have no problem accommodating a few hundred people. The canteen is on the 2nd floor. Usually, when it's your turn to eat, I'll let you go up. The 3rd floor is for the awakened ones. Our camp has over 40 awakened ones. So, you can rest assured and stay here. It's absolutely safe. As for the 4th floor, that's where the leaders of our camp live. If you have the opportunity to enter the leadership, you will find yourself there. Lisa gave a brief introduction to the museum. Of course, Wang Ran was most concerned about how they were producing so many awakened ones. However, Lisa never said anything about it. From the looks of it, it was definitely shady. However, Wang Ran had a rough idea of the strength of this place. Over 40 awakened ones. If they were just run-of-the-mill awakened ones, Wang Ran stood a chance. It just took a little more physical strength. However, the strength of the camp's higher-ups was still unknown. He had no idea how they gained their powers. He couldn't act rashly. Lisa took Wang Ran to the corner of the exhibition hall. Many straw mats have been laid out here. You can stay here for now. The living environment of the awakened ones upstairs will be much better. I hope you do awaken. By the way, your number is 388. Lisa's eyes were filled with lust as she looked at Wang Ran. Wang Ran was much more handsome than the people who had come before him. If he could become an awakened, his physical strength would be enhanced. Then the experience would be... After explaining the rules, Lisa left while swaying her hips. Wang Ran heaved a sigh of relief. He was a F***king spy. Did he have to rely on his body to get to the top? More importantly, the other party was too unappetizing. I'm not interested in it at all. Wang Ran sat on the straw mat and began to look at the exhibition hall. There were about 100 people inside. Some were sleeping, some were playing cards, and some were watching movies on the big screens in the exhibition hall. Because there were so many people, the air in the exhibition hall wasn't very good. From time to time, he could even smell the stench of stinky feet. TSK. This environment is really a little terrible. It cannot be compared to his island. However, to the others, the security and food provided here was already like heaven. Hello, brother. Are you new? A heavy-set man came over. I just arrived yesterday. My name is Jin Bao. Brother, what's your name? Jin Bao seemed to be amicable. Wu Jiangwo. Wang Ran replied coldly. He didn't come here to make friends. Brother Jiangwo, let me tell you something. This place is so King good. There were 20 people in the camp I was in before, but they were killed by dozens of ordinary zombies. It's different here. I saw them kill a mutated zombie with my own eyes. Jin Bao said with a look of admiration. Wow, that's amazing. Wang Ran was expressionless as he responded carelessly. Are the people here really that powerful? A young couple at the side also came over when they heard this. They had also just arrived. It was easier for newbies to build friendships with each other, so they planned to find a few friends here. Jin Bao and Wang Ran both looked rather friendly, so they naturally became their targets. That's not true. They weren't powerful. Would they have accepted so many people? I heard that this place can help you stimulate your potential and give you a chance to become an awakened. If I become awakened, I'll be much stronger. I'll be able to do whatever I want outside. I can kill zombies and whatnot easily. Furthermore, I'll be allowed into the 3rd floor. The treatment there is not on the same level as this place. I heard that you can even drink red wine and eat steak. Jin Bao said in all seriousness. Wang Ran chuckled. It would be a pity if this guy did not join some MLM scheme. The young couple were obviously moved by his words. Awakened. Did they really have the chance to become awakened ones? Then, Lisa appeared in the exhibition hall. 351 to 400. Time for dinner. Hurry up and gather at the entrance. I'll take you to the 2nd floor. Lisa said through the microphone used by the museum tour guides. It's time to eat, let's go. Jin Bao was suddenly in high spirits. He got up nimbly and ran to the door. The young couple also licked their lips. They seemed to have been hungry for a long time. There's a limit to the number of times you eat? This is interesting. Wang Ran calmly walked to the door and followed behind the group. Lisa led the group of people up the stairs to the 2nd floor. Wang Ran took a quick glance and saw 4 people guarding the stairs on the 2nd floor. He guessed that they were probably awakened. There were 2 more people guarding the entrance of the cafeteria. Was this a King canteen? Why did they make such a big scene? There must be a problem. Moreover, Wang Ran's extraordinary hearing allowed him to faintly hear some movements. It was like the sound of nails scratching on the wall. Very strange. Everyone, line up and follow me in, Lisa said at the entrance of the exhibition hall. The 30-odd people from 351 to 389 followed Lisa into the room. It was a large square exhibition hall with several long tables covered with red tablecloths. There were more than 10 people standing around the dining table. A waiter? No, he looked more like a security guard. Everyone, please sit anywhere you like. The food will be here soon. Lisa addressed them warmly. Wang Ran randomly found a seat and sat down. Jin Bao sat beside Wang Ran with a smile. The young couple also sat opposite them. Although they had only exchanged a few words, in such an environment, people would still subconsciously get closer to familiar people. Not long after, a few young women pushing food carts arrived at the restaurant. In an instant, the fragrance of the meat filled the air. The cart was full of roasted meat, steak, and big bones. Many people drooled. Please help yourselves, Lisa said with a smile. When the new survivors heard this, they immediately rushed towards the dining car like zombies. They had all been hungry for a long time. They couldn't even control themselves with plain steamed buns, let alone meat. Fortunately, there was enough food, so they didn't have to worry about them snatching everything. Jin Bao also took a few pieces of steak and pushed a plate in front of Wang Ran. Hurry up and eat. We'll get more after eating. After Jin Bao finished speaking, he began to eat in big mouthfuls. His mouth was soon dripping with oil. The young couple opposite them had also taken a few pieces of roasted meat and were gobbling it down. Wang Ran looked at the steak on his plate. There was a visible red color in the crack. The meat was not fully cooked. He lowered his head and sniffed. There was still a strange smell. It did not seem very fresh. Wang Ran's brain started working hard. Computer City was attacked by awakened teams. Zombie corpses were all gone. There were an abnormal number of awakened ones here. Putting all these things together, F***CK. Wang Ran thought of a possibility. Blood Fawn Camp should be the group of people who had attacked Computer City. They brought back all the dead zombies. As for what the zombie bodies were used for, Wang Ran looked at the half-cooked meat on the plate. This group of people were completely F***ed up. Who was the one who thought of it first? Zombies eat people, so you eat them back? They've lost their minds. Wang Ran quickly understood. After the first awakened ate the zombie meat, he was not infected. So he kept eating. Toward the end of the meal, he broke through to become an awakened. After that, it should be time to gather people. This should be how the Blood Fawn Camp was formed. As for why so many survivors were recruited to the camp, Wang Ran thought about it and could only think of one possibility. When ordinary people ate zombie meat, they might get infected, they might be fine, and they might even awaken. The Blood Fawn Camp was constantly recruiting people, feeding them zombie meat, and then selecting awakened ones from the numbers. The world had no lack of zombies anyway, so they could eat as much as they wanted. As for those who were unfortunately infected after eating it, naturally, they became new stock of food. As for those who were neither infected nor awakened, they could always do with free labor. How efficient. No wastage. Everyone who came here was used to their utmost worth. If this continued, the Blood Fawn Camp was on the verge of taking over the city. This won't do. After all, this was Wang Ran's city. If Blood Fawn grew any stronger, it would affect his idle life. He had to uproot them before they grew strong. Hey, Brother Jangwo, why aren't you eating? Is it not to your liking? Jin Bao had already finished his steak. You can have this too. I'm a Buddhist, and I'm a vegetarian. Wang Ran made things up. Ah, that's a pity. Jin Bao grabbed the meat from Wang Ran's plate and stuffed it into his mouth. He didn't care if the meat was cooked or not. He was probably used to eating steak. The young couple opposite them also worked hard on their meals, and it seemed that they'd been hungry for a long time. Wang Ran looked at the entire hall. Everyone was eating meat with their heads buried. Brother Jangwo, are you not used to food? Lisa noticed that Wang Ran was not eating, so she came forward to ask. Oh, I'm a vegetarian. It's all meat. I'm not used to it. Wang Ran smiled. I see. Wait a moment, Lisa said as she walked away. Not long after, she came back with something. Originally, only awakened ones were qualified to eat these. Since you've just arrived and aren't used to it, I'll help you out. Lisa placed a cucumber and 2 tomatoes in front of Wang Ran. At the same time, she didn't forget to give him a meaningful look. Wang Ran was stunned. This was no longer a F***king hint. It seemed that this woman was determined to sleep with him. This place was too dangerous, even more dangerous than a zombie's nest. He couldn't stay for long. However, he still had to achieve his goal first. Wang Ran sniffed the tomatoes. They seemed normal, so he ate them with a peace of mind. When it was Cucumber's turn, Wang Ran smelled it and sensed that something was wrong. It felt like it had been used before. Wang Ran glanced at Lisa, who was not far away. This is your F***king private stash, right? Are you kidding me? I'm full. Do you guys want some cucumbers? Wang Ran asked. Ah, Brother Jangwo, you have such a small appetite. I'm a little tired of eating too much meat. Give it to me then. The husband of the young couple took the cucumber and began to eat it. It was crunchy and juicy, so he ate it quite happily. As they were eating, someone at the opposite table suddenly stood up. A strange sound came from his throat. Then he took 2 steps back, bent over, and began to vomit. Everyone was stunned. Was it not to his liking? Soon, another dozen people began to vomit. The awakened ones who had been standing guard at the side pulled out daggers and pierced them into the nape of the vominators' necks, destroying the nerves in their spines. In that case, when they turned into zombies, they would have no choice but to babble. Then, the awakened dragged the immobile people to another exhibition hall. The remaining 20 or so people put down the food in their hands. They were all shocked. What's going on? You'll lose your life just to eat something? Why did those people vomit just now? Was it the food? Everyone's face was filled with doubt. Everyone, don't be nervous. The newcomer's coach, Lisa, walked out. There's nothing wrong with the food everyone's eating. Otherwise, wouldn't you all be in the same situation as them? Those people were probably infected with the zombie virus before they joined our camp. When eating after a long period of starvation, your stomach will be filled with blood and the virus will break out. Earlier, the awakened ones in our campsite took advantage of the fact that they had not turned into zombies to get rid of them. Don't worry. If you stay here, you'll get the safety and food you want. Lisa was very skilled at making things up, and it seemed like she had said these words many times. The rest of the newbies looked at the food in their hands and quickly dispelled their doubts, continuing to eat. Whatever, it's fine if I eat it. It's better than dying of hunger. Wang Ran smiled. So many classic forms of textbook manipulation being put into practice. It was really good to fool newbies. Those who couldn't handle the infection from the half-cooked zombie meat were naturally eliminated. The rest of the people continued to feed on zombie meat. There would always be a certain probability of an awakened appearing. This was the secret behind the mass production of awakened ones. The method was a little disgusting, but it was quite efficient. He wondered what these people would think if they knew the truth. Of course, some perverts would choose to continue eating even if they knew the truth. Wang Ran was extremely disdainful of such people. Isn't it good to earn your own living? Do they have to rely on zombies to become stronger? TSK, TSK, TSK. At present, Wang Ran could be considered to have understood a part of the secret here. Next, he needed to find an opportunity to get in touch with the higher-ups of this camp. If he rushed upstairs, he might never learn who was truly in charge. It would be fine for some foot soldiers to escape, but if the masterminds got away, they can always re-establish themselves. That would be a waste of effort. He still had to continue hiding. Soon, the group's mealtime was over. Other than Wang Ran, everyone else looked very satisfied. It seemed that they had been successfully brainwashed by this camp. These people who had not turned into zombies had robust enough bodies and could withstand the zombie virus that had directly entered their stomachs. However, if they wanted to awaken it, they would probably have to continue stimulating it. As for how to stimulate it, Wang Ran wasn't sure if he should continue to eat zombie meat or do something else. Under Lisa's lead, everyone returned to the first floor. Next, it was time for those who had joined the camp earlier to eat. They had already experienced what happened in the restaurant. Their faces were filled with anticipation for the meal. After all, they were all meat. Just as Wang Ran was about to enter the exhibition hall on the first floor with the team, a person staggered in from outside the door. His body was thin and covered in injuries. One of his arms seemed to be broken. "Dragon, what's wrong with you?" Lisa asked in surprise. The skinny man was the leader of a small team of awakened ones who had gone out to look for supplies. He had some standing in the camp. Why did he look so miserable? What about the other team members? F***CK. We encountered a team of awakened ones who fought over our supplies. They killed 3 of our men. On my way back, the brakes of our car failed. I had to swerve the car and find a soft landing. I just woke up, but the remaining 2. That Wu Jiangwo, if I see him again, I'll kill him. The skinny man said through gritted teeth. This was nothing more than a way to save some face when he returned home. If he were to really meet Wu Jiangwo, he might just run away. Wu Jiangwo. Upon hearing this name, the few people beside Lisa and Wang Ran were shocked. Wu Jiangwo was. Everyone looked at Wang Ran. The skinny man also noticed Lisa's gaze. What's wrong? Is Wu Jiangwo here? Get out here. The skinny's imposing manner had been elevated, but when he sensed that Wu Jiangwo might be here, his voice began to tremble. However, this was their blood fawn camp, so he had to put on appearances. What? You were looking for me. Wang Ran walked out with a smile. Wang Ran now knew that this was the guy who had forced Zhu Ming to maim himself and was then beaten up by Wu Jiangwo. I'll just greet you for now. I'll kill you later. By the way, did he just say that the car's brakes were broken? Well done, Zhao Dong. He had to give him a good promotion when he got back. You're Wu Jiangwo. The skinny man was stunned. He didn't know this man. That was good. The skinny man heaved a sigh of relief in its heart. If it was really the same Wu Jiangwo who had beat him up, he had no idea how to react. Yeah, this name isn't common, right? Wang Ran said calmly. Since it's a coincidence, you're out of this. Hurry up and leave. The skinny man waved his hand. He was going to see the mad scientist, who was the camp's second-in-command and military counselor. He had to get back at them. The skinny man greeted Lisa and ran upstairs. The mad scientist's original name was Yang Yong. By his own claims, he was a doctor at the city's mental hospital. The skinny man looked like he could have been one of his patients. Even so, the man had proven himself cunning and capable, so he had been allowed to roam freely. The mad scientist had played a huge part in the development of the Blood Fawn camp. The skinny man had to stop after every 2 steps. He had no choice. He had been quite severely wounded. It was all Wu Jiangwo's fault. When I catch him, I'll skin him alive. Finally, he reached the 4th floor. The guard on the stairs recognized the skinny man and did not stop him. With such injuries, something big must have happened. There were 2 exhibition halls on the 4th floor, one on the left and one on the right. They were the mad scientist's and boss rooms. The skinny man walked straight into the mad scientist's clinic. A carved wooden bed that had to have carried a history of 100 years was shaking vigorously. The skinny man walked to the bed and was stunned. "Brother Madman, you're busy. Should I wait at the door for a while?" The skinny man smiled apologetically. "No need. Just say it." The mad scientist, called Madman, sat up and adjusted his glasses. As the think tank of the camp, he knew that something must have happened when he saw the skinny man. "Brother Madman, don't stop." A young woman with a very well-endowed figure embraced Madman. Madman's eyes turned cold. "Since when is it your turn to speak here?" "Lower your head," Madman said coldly. Buxom trembled in fear and obediently lowered her head. She was the Buxom that was exiled by Wu Jiangwo. After she joined the Blood Fawn camp, she happened to catch the eye of a certain lunatic. In her current state, she had displayed her capabilities. There was food, drink, and safety, and she had the second-in-command of the camp wrapped around her finger. It was good. "Tell me, Dragon, what's the situation?" Madman indifferently said. "Brother Madman, it's like this. I took Zhu Zi and the others to sweep supplies at the mall and met another survivor team. At first, there were only 2 of them. We still had the upper hand. Then, a man called Wu Jiangwo came. That kid was so fierce. He fought all of us at once and killed 3 of ours. It wasn't easy for us to escape. Who knew that the brakes of our car were tampered with? I'm the only one who survived. This King Wu Jiangwo. I'll definitely kill him the next time I see him." The skinny man said indignantly. Wu Jiangwo." Buxom was shocked and almost choked. "What, you know him?" Madman asked coldly. "Of course I do. I used to live in the East Lake Villa area. That Wu Jiangwo exiled me just because I ate a few small tomatoes. Brother Madman, you must avenge me. I can lead the way for you." "Whoa." As soon as Buxom finished speaking, she's silenced by rough thrusts. "Wu Jiangwo," he said, "to be able to single-handedly kill 3 awakened ones. He's quite something. This might call for a few of our commanders, or no one in our camp should be able to deal with him." As Madman spoke, he picked up the cup beside him and took a sip of the bubbling green liquid. The intense burning sensation made the mad scientist's face reveal an expression of both pain and excitement. "Want some?" Madman laughed as he placed the cup forward. The green liquid in the cup exuded a dangerous aura. "Brother Madman, I think I'll pass. It's good enough to be an ordinary awakened. I don't want to risk my life for advancement. Not everyone can drink this." The skinny man looked at the glass of mutant zombies' rotten liquid and shivered. He remembered a bold one drinking a mouthful yesterday, only to end up with half of his internal organs directly corroding. It had not been easy for him to become an awakened one and to be able to stand above ordinary people. There was no need for him to take this risk. Let others be the strong ones. Madman laughed. Although the skinny man was a coward, he was cruel enough to his underlings and could be considered a useful dog. "I won't force him. In any case, we have an endless supply of awakened ones. There would always be people who were willing to take risks to improve their strength. From an ordinary person to an awakened one, they only had to eat ordinary zombies' meat. To go above and beyond even the awakened ones, one would have to rely on the flesh and body fluids of mutated zombies. Over the past few days, only 3 people from the Blood Fawn camp had advanced. The boss of the campsite, the mad scientist, and Lisa. It was a pity that Lisa was a little difficult for the eyes to stomach. Otherwise, Madman would have gotten together with her long ago. However, Lisa seemed to dislike lunatics. She had volunteered to be the coach of the newcomers because she wanted to pick a handsome guy downstairs and bring him back to her room to enjoy. As for the big boss, that person loved putting on an act on the first floor and play the role of a newbie. He had to take care of the entire camp by himself. Sigh had hurt his brain. All right, you can go and rest. It's getting late. Let's find a time tomorrow and bring some people over. They offended our blood fawn camp, so they must be killed. Madman waved his hand, dismissing the skinny man. He was going to continue enjoying himself. The skinny man tactfully retreated. If not for his severe injuries, he would have gone to the first floor to drag a female survivor up and have some fun with her. After the skinny man left, a buxom raised her head again. Brother Madman, let me tell you, there's a lot of food from the villa. The land has been cleared, and they've started to plant things. Also, the defense there's pretty good. You can go there. Woo-woo. Madman directly grabbed Buxom's head and pressed it to the bottom. Noisy. When I bring my men over to sweep it clean, what isn't mine there that I need you to talk about? The wooden bed started to shake again. On the first floor, Wang Ran was leaning against the wall and observing the people around him. Their faces were all flushed, and there were beads of sweat on their foreheads. It seemed that the zombie meat had indeed provided them with some energy. However, it had not been enough for them to awaken. After eating a few more meals, there should be someone among this batch of newcomers who would awaken. At that moment, a few awakened ones from upstairs came to the exhibition hall on the first floor. They sized up the newcomers without restraint. They were picking praise. When one of the men with a small mustache saw the young couple, he was stunned for a moment. Then he walked straight over. You come with me. The man with the small mustache pointed at the young wife. His tone sounded like he was giving an order. What do you mean by that? The young husband was instantly enraged. It was easy to imagine what would happen if his wife left with someone. The camp actually allowed such a thing? This is too much. We provide you with safety and food. What's wrong with you providing your wife? This is a fair trade. If you're so capable, why don't you spit out tonight's dinner? The man with the small mustache smiled contemptuously. To be honest, this woman was not particularly good-looking. However, he had never tried this type before, so it piqued his interest. The young couple's faces twitched. He was too shameless. Can awakened ones do this? We're not staying in this camp anymore. Let's go. The young husband pulled his wife and was about to leave. The man with the small mustache lifted the young husband up with one hand. You want to leave? You must be joking. If you want to leave, you can leave by yourself. Your wife has to stay. If you have the ability, come and find trouble with me after you become awakened. But tonight, your wife is mine. The man with the small mustache threw the young husband out, then picked up his young wife and walked out. The young man wanted to get up, but Jean Bao went over and held him down. Don't be impulsive. This kind of situation is common in any camp. You don't have the strength, so it's the same no matter where you go. If you want to protect your wife, then work hard to improve your strength. Jean Bao tried to persuade him. The young husband gritted his teeth and clenched his fists. He looked on unwillingly as his wife gradually disappeared from his sight. Yes, he wanted to become stronger. The current him was definitely not a match for an awakened. Brother Bao, do you know how to awaken? There's so many awakened ones in the camp. There must be a way, right? The young husband grabbed him and asked. How would I know? I'm new here, too. Why don't you ask Lisa? Jean Bao shrugged. That's right. The young husband seemed to have seen hope. He jogged all the way and found Lisa, who was at the door. Sister Lisa, I want to become an awakened. Please tell me how to awaken. As long as I can become stronger, I'll do anything you want. The young husband pulled on Lisa's arm and begged. Lisa raised her eyebrows. Anything? She was a little tempted. This man was good-looking and had a good figure. If he was willing to do anything, she should be able to have a lot of fun. But Lisa had taken a fancy to Wang Ran today. It was rare to find a target who suited her taste so well. It would be a pity if she didn't win him over. How about she took both of them at once? That's possible. Wait here for a while. Lisa licked her lips and walked into the exhibition hall. In the exhibition hall, many awakened ones were selecting their prey. Most of the newcomers did not dare to protest, while a few of them flattered and fawned over them, hoping that they would be chosen. Lisa was already used to this. She was also one of the hunters. Lisa quickly walked toward Wang Ran. In front of Wang Ran, a bald, brawny man was sizing him up. Wang Ran felt his blood run cold. This gaze. Something was wrong. "You, I want you. Follow me." The bald, brawny man pointed at Wang Ran with a lustful expression. Wang Ran's body trembled. "This F***king. If I wasn't still hiding, I would have slapped you to death." Just as Wang Ran was thinking about how to deal with this awkward question, Lisa walked over. "Wang, I'm taking this person," Lisa said indifferently. The bald man was stunned for a moment, then immediately nodded. "Sister Lisa, you first, you first." After saying that, the bald man ran off to look for other prey. Wang Ran's heart skipped a beat. "Lisa, sister?" Even awakened ones had to address her as sister. She was definitely not just an ordinary rookie coach.